Yes, it's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. Yeah, it's that kid. It's that dude. And we're here. Well, we're here. We're here. I'm not late. I'm always early, man. I'm always early. So this is the hangout. This is the hangout, and guys, we have a lot to discuss. Shout out to my mod natural. What up, baby? We have a lot to discuss because I have stuff ready in the docket. I have stuff ready in the docket, but beyond that, beyond the stuff that's on the docket, there may be a few different things that have to be said and have to be addressed. A few different things have to be said and have to be addressed. Um, so let me just tell you what's on the docket. We're going to talk about Barcelona. We're going to talk about Antoine Griezmann. We're going to talk about what it means to be world class because I want us to define that. Because I was having an argument with some dude on Twitter. I won't name his name, akin to this something, who still believes Griezmann is a world class player. Well, we're going to discuss what it means to be world class. We're going to talk Bale. We're going to talk Madrid. We're going to talk Pep. Pep is sick in the head. But we're going to address Pep's OCD and how Pep might need to visit a psychiatrist. Maybe review a bit of the Premier League games and so forth. I need someone to tell me why we keep comparing Salah to Mane when Mane is easily the better player. Bayern Munich, are these guys done? Are they old? I need somebody to defend Kings who come on to me. Dortmund, could this be their year? Could this be the time that Dortmund do something? And yes! I put my neck out. From henceforth, Jujuman, you were right. Jujuman, you were right. Um, I shouldn't have gone against you. He's from
Why?
henceforth he's going to be called the rookie.
Yeah.
Wait, Joshua, chill, man. What the hell? Relax, man. Let me talk, man. Damn. From henceforth, I don't know who Frank Lampard is. I don't know who Frank Lampard is. From henceforth, I will refer to him as the rookie. I don't care whether this will piss people off or anything. You never, ever make half hope out to be a fool. That's your rule. No one ever makes half hope a fool. So if I put my neck out there and you try and make me a fool and you're trying to embarrass me, that will not be taken lightly. So from henceforth, it's going to be called the rookie. So let's go out first with our first agenda for the evening, which is Barcelona losing. And remember, guys, let me just even go straight in through here. The beauty of the football, what is this? We talk all football and we talk about the biggest possible stories. I get it. The Premier League is the biggest league. It is the league that I've got to keep a lot of focus on because that is the one that is watched by most people. But never in my freaking life will I forego the narrative of Benzema, the narrative of Zad, the narrative of Griezmann, of Messi, of flipping Lewandowski, of my boy Jadon Sancho, or even of the prodigy as well. Football is too great. It's too great and it is worldwide. And yes, even that dude called Cristiano, my nemesis, who wants to get another CL. But let's start first with Barcelona. So, in case you did not realize, Barcelona played the opening game without Messi, and Cannibal was injured about 15 minutes through. But so what? They had the third best player from Ballon d'Or. So anybody who was watching the live stream yesterday, I cut the live stream short because when it was revealed that Griezmann was third, there was nothing more to be said. So I ended it in shock. And lo and behold, that flipping dude who has the worst haircut imaginable was actually voted third. So I want to give this to the panel because I want the panel to bring in. So I'm going to roll in first with your boy Ahmed. Ahmed, Barcelona, how worried should they be if they don't have Messi? Or this is one game, can Griezmann and other people still cope? Ahmed.
I didn't see Barcelona on Friday. I saw Messi FC without Messi on Friday. I think that they should be very worried because I can't wait as a Madrid fan to see when Messi leaves that club, see them crumble more than they've already have. Barcelona are going to reach the lowest of lows when Messi leaves. They're going to be bottling UCLs every season. They're not going to be winning no La Ligas or Copa del Rey's without Messi. I'm telling you, Messi, his combination with Jordi Alba is absolutely crucial for Barcelona. I never said Griezmann was world class. I don't know how he got, what was it, third in the Ballon d'Or last time? Was it third or fourth? I don't know how he beat Messi and Salah to get a higher ranking in the Ballon d'Or. I don't know how he did that. That's some witchcraft BS for that. Griezmann is not world class. He's nowhere near Messi's level. I remember one time he said he's at Messi and Cristiano's level. He's not.
Okay. So where do you then rate him then? Where would you then rate Griezmann then?
Average tier two.
Tier two.
If you, yeah, he can't. I would say tier three even, but he won the World Cup. He did decent for France there, and he's not too bad with. He wasn't too bad with Atletico. I wouldn't say tier one because who's tier one? It's like five. You said Salah is in tier one. How is Griezmann going to be in tier one
No,
with
no,
what
no,
he's
no,
done
no,
the
no,
last
no,
two
no.
seasons?
Salah is tier two, bro. Remember, there's chief, tier one, upper tier two, tier two. I'm actually gonna put in an upper tier three. Then there's tier three. Then there's unranked. So
Exactly. So Griezmann can't even be anywhere near tier one. He has to be lower tier two.
okay, fair enough. Axel, Barcelona. What's going down? Can these guys survive without Messi? What are your thoughts about Griezmann? Are you worried after this one game L?
You guys hear me?
We can hear you, bro. Speak.
Okay, perfect. So I watched the full 90 minutes, and like it was a bad performance overall. Like I don't think nobody besides Ter Stegen was performing well. Like it was just constantly like, oh, okay, we're gonna go up in front, and then we didn't do anything, and then like we just constantly just like we just kind of kept the ball to ourselves, but we had no ideas, and it's apparent that it looked like like every time like we had the ball, like it was just like, okay, where's Messi? Oh, Messi's not here. So then all right, we'll just pass it to Alba, and then Alba's got it. And it's like, okay, where Alba's like, okay, where's Messi? But no Messi, and like so it's really problematic that like the last I read a statistic, and in the last 6 games without Messi, we've lost 4 games and we tied twice. So it's really worrying. Like, and also coming up to the Betis game, like worrying if Messi can come back or not.
All right. So hardcore. Hit me. Thoughts on Barca's
My
apparent
my new name
decline.
is my new name is Milkor. 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 Um, but anyways, what was the question? Sorry.
Wait. Excuse me. Your new name is what?
Milkor. Milkor Football TV. That's my YouTube channel.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, good. Okay, talk.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So what was the question? Sorry.
The question is Barcelona. How much are they going to suffer without Messi in their team? How worried should they be with this first game loss? Is there a deeper problem that could be brewing for the forthcoming season, or is there no need to panic? It's only one game.
I think they should be panicking. They should panic very, very much. Panic very, very much. They should really, really panic, and they should be afraid because it's only gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse. And I've told Barcelona fans this time and time again. Your heart is gonna get broken if you keep supporting this club. This club has literally every single time in big moments has bottled it time and time and time again. It's not gonna stop. I think for Barcelona, and I always say this, you have to literally just get impact players. Get impact players in that team. All they have is a first team. All they have is first team players. They don't have impact players. So if I was them, I would go for impact players. I will go and get impact players. People who, when you're 4-0 down, they can score goals. That's who I would go for. They have been terrible. It's been terrible. PK to me, I think, and I agree because Graham Souness said it 2 years ago. I think he said that what's gonna call it, PK could play for any of the Premier League mid-table teams, and that's fact. I actually do think PK is a mid-table Premier League center back. I'm not even joking. It's just me being honest. So for me, I just
Wait,
the
wait,
thing
wait, wait,
about
wait,
Barca.
wait. You're talking about a World Cup and a Euro winner and a Champions League winner, man. I think you need to be a bit more respectful to that, bro.
Bro, how many times in PK's career has he literally bottled against so many good clubs? In big moments, in crucial moments, PK crumbles. Against Bayern, he got outscored by 7 goals. Against a Liverpool ball boy beat PK. A Liverpool ball boy scored a goal against PK. Like, it's atrocious. He's not even rated that highly, but people really rate him highly. He's a Premier League mid-table center back, and it's facts.
Okay, all right.
So
Okay, no, we'll get back to you. All right. Juju man, thoughts on Barcelona? How worried should they be for the forthcoming season? And are we going to see another Messi one-man show for another La Liga title?
If Barcelona, I mean, I don't think this is a big deal. The one loss, Athletic Club. I mean, Athletic. It's not Atletico, but it's not. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal because that was a good goal. I mean, it was a good goal. I have my. I know Suarez was injured early, but I still say this. I don't think he's top 3 best players in the world. But as Griezmann, I mean, not a good performance.
Speak
But
about Griezmann. Oh, no. Okay, no. Just because we're going to
yeah,
get to Griezmann separately, but just focus on the game. How worried should Barcelona be? Or do you think that once Messi comes back, he'll lead them to another La Liga title?
yeah. But once Messi comes, there'll be a huge impact. But what's it called? De Jong was decent. He was decent. They still have De Jong. They still have this. They still have Stegen. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, even though they lost, I just think the front three, Dembele. Oh, I don't know what's going on with this guy. He used to be one of the great players around the world. Now I don't know. Looks
now
like a
he's
bum.
garbage. He's
Looks
overrated. That's
yeah, but and and what's it called? Maybe Dembele needs to find another club, or because with under Valverde, I'm not sure
he would
where his
work in
career is going.
PSG. I'm telling you, he'd work
And
in.
then with the Barcelona, just to end it, Barcelona, I think, I mean, some of these players are no, like, they're earning. Barcelona spend a lot of cash on salaries, and some of these players, I I don't think they're worth it. So with this club, I mean, they'll still do well, but I don't know. They look good in that first game.
Okay. All right. Cool. Liverpool for everybody. Thoughts on the Barca loss at the hands of
Yeah,
Bilbao?
usually I would say it's one game. Let's relax. It's La Liga. It'll be fine. But I'm looking at the lineup, and nothing about that lineup impresses me. Blackface, no. Suarez passed it. And Dembele, maybe the only one that looks impressive when you look at the lineup, but he didn't even do much. So I would be worried if I was a Barcelona fan. I know it's one goal. I know it came in the last minute, but and this is, I don't really like the results, the stats, but this is why that whole idea of percentage possession means nothing to the ball for most of the game. I think 70-something%, and did absolutely nothing with it. They even had less shots on target than Bilbao. So yeah, it's atrocious, and I don't think Messi can keep leading this team to trophies or to close to trophies anymore. This team has declined. I mean, just to me, from last season, they've declined even much more. So I'd be worried if I was a Barcelona fan.
All right. Red thoughts.
Yeah,
Red.
honestly, like I'm just gonna focus primarily on Griezmann because I want to understand why would Barca buy? It's just because
No. Wait. No. Well, we are gonna do a Griezmann topic separately, but let's just
oh, no,
focus on the
this
Barca thing right now.
I'm only talking about I'm gonna talk about his role during the game because they started him off as a left winger, which he used to play that role back in his days with Sociedad, but that was when he was a young player. Now for $120 million signing as a main attacker, playing him on the left and he's left-footed, you want to play him as a traditional winger, which is a supportive role. So why would you buy a player for $120 million to just play a supportive winger role? Like you could essentially give that job to a regular fullback and get that like on a like. It just didn't make any sense to me. Like Valverde, why are you playing him on the left? If anything, since Messi's not playing, I would put him on the right, shift Dembele to the left. Like because Dembele's at least ambidextrous, so he could actually do something from the left wing. And as soon as Suarez went off, I knew that this Barca are dropping points. I didn't expect them to lose, But like I thought, because like Suarez is the only player on that team, even though he's past it, I think he's the only one that can actually do something. Because I realize he's not comfortable. I don't think Dembele has the confidence in Barca yet. I think he needs a couple more games to really
Look,
build up that rhythm.
it's the wrong system for the Oos. It's the wrong system for the Oos.
That's the thing. No, but I really still think in this system the Oos can produce. The only thing is he just needs that confidence. Because at Dortmund, when all the players were his age, and he was in a system that's more like he doesn't really have a lot of seniors over him, he was more expressive. At Barca, there's the old guard there that he always has to, adhere and make sure that he impresses and listens to them. So he can't really express himself fully because those is more of a, how can I say this, an on the spot player. He's not really the type of player that you tell him like, oh, just go do this one thing. No. He's creative. He can cut inside and shoot. He can go out wide and dribble. The thing, I feel like it's because they're trying to make him too narrow-minded in the way he thinks and just keep him to one role, and that's hurting his gameplay. He's sort of hugging the touchline, which players like, for example, like Neymar, even though he had that role, he was still creative and he was sort of above his years, and he was, which he could pull that off. Not every player could do that, and I feel like that's hindering Ousmane Dembele. Man, and even like the defense and the midfield didn't look too bad. Like they did their job. It's just like they look toothless in attack without Messi. Like I feel like when Messi comes back, he's gonna solve a lot of their problems. They'll get those goals.
All right.
But yeah, that's it.
All right. Mane, thoughts?
Who's can produce? I
think it's a very big overreaction. It's the first game of the season.
Hey,
They're without Messi. Messi,
hey, calm down. Zero UC.
calm down, milk whore. First game of the season without Messi.
No, Mane, just talk, please, just talk.
Okay, yeah. So it's expected, especially if you have Griezmann playing the left wing. I think over time he'll gel, and especially with Suarez getting injured, I think he'll be much better without Suarez. Because really, he's supposed to be a central player. He's not really a winger. It's kind of like Reta. It's a wasted play with him. So I think he's gonna have to play more centrally, and Rafinha might have to take Suarez's spot. And depending on Messi comes back, Dembele will go to the bench, or it'll be Dembele and Rafinha switch.
Rafinha as a striker.
Not as a striker. Will play the position of left wing. If you were listening, you would.
Rafinha isn't a winger, mate.
Okay, all right, okay,
he
cool,
can
cool.
play as a winger. What are you talking about?
All right, wait, okay, thank you, Manny, thank you. All right, Vas.
See, for me, the situation is actually very clear. And I'll start by, let's rewind 2 years back to summer of 2017. Okay, just before he left and ended his Barcelona tenure, Javier Mascherano had this to say: nobody is bigger than FC Barcelona except for one man, Lionel Messi. And that summer, what happened was that Barcelona broke a salary record by offering Messi a contract of $30 million a year, over $30 million a year. And as a result, Neymar felt underappreciated and betrayed by the club. He was disappointed by the board and he left. It's clear that Barcelona's only contingency plan after the Messi era, or in case Messi gets injured, was Neymar, because he would be the one to take over the team and just help them run without Messi, because otherwise they don't have much fallback. Over the last few years, let's look at their investments. Their only really good investments in the midfield, I'd say, would be De Jong and Arthur. And in the attack, their only good future investment is Dembele. You've got Griezmann, who's 28, so he's at his peak, well into his peak. Suarez is in a decline. Messi, he's already 33. So here's the thing.
Fucking hell, it's old.
FC Barcelona. Okay, why would they be so desperate to win a Champions League after winning a treble in 2015? And the answer is clear. I think it's because Messi wants to catch up to Cristiano. And if you look at their investments that they're making, okay, look at who they invested in over the past couple of years. This board has not hired a good coach, first of all. Barcelona, in my opinion, haven't had a real coach since Pep Guardiola, who's improved the youth, invested in the academy.
Wait. So why are you throwing shade on the treble-winning Luis Enrique?
Okay, let's be honest, because he really heavily
MSN.
If you look
MSN.
and if you look at his tactics, dude, there wasn't much sophistication to it. He used the midfield as a shield, and he pretty much used direct passes to MSN to force MSN to create, MSN to score, MSN to carry the ball. Everything was just MSN. There wasn't much actual tactical planning going into Enrique's.
Okay. So basically, just round off.
Yeah. So to round off, the thing is that like Barcelona, without future investments, good young players, the decline is inevitable after the Messi era because it's not just Messi. The whole team is in decline, and very soon, like many of these players, like will be on the way out, and they won't be able to sustain like this level in La Liga or in the Champions League.
Okay. A1 thoughts briefly on this whole majig.
Yeah, man. It's
anything to be worried about?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I've told you, Valverde, he's not that guy. I told you from when they lost 4-0 against Liverpool, you would expect him, if it was another coach, you would expect him to have a clear tactic and not to rely on Messi. And that's what it seems like their plan is. And you're seeing it right now. Messi isn't there and the team's not clicking together. It's just like, I don't know why he left Busquets on the bench. I thought he should have started because at least had some experience in that midfield. But that Barcelona team just didn't look like it was clicking together at all. And I feel, with the players that Valverde has got and the style that he wants to implement, they're not the right players for him, in my opinion. So yeah, if I was a Barcelona fan, I'd be worried, man, especially if Messi's not there because Messi can't do it by himself. He cannot do it by himself. And Griezmann out on the left.
He almost did last season, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, but look, it's a year. It's gonna be a year later. Like I'm pretty sure, year after year, he's gonna decline in it. So it's like you need a proper coach because Valverde's not that guy, and Griezmann. I don't know why they bought him to play him out on the left. Like,
no, A1, chill. We're gonna get to Griezmann. Chill. Okay, look. It's
cool, but I'm saying,
A1 is a perfect segue because look, very quickly, again, shout out to everybody in the chat room and so forth. Just to say that blackface, I believe Liverpool, everybody is referring to Griezmann, who dressed up in blackface, which is just because. And chill on Valverde. Chill. Did Valverde kidnap your kids? Relax, man. The kind of behavior this man gets is too much. Chill, relax, chill. Okay, guys. Now, I want us. This is gonna be my favorite topic because I released a hashtag earlier this season, and this hashtag is going to be carried on throughout the entire season. Okay, this hashtag is going to be carried on throughout the entire season. Can you guys hear me? Hoping my volume is fine.
Yeah.
Because some guy in the chat said he couldn't hear me. So, exposure season, hashtag exposure season, and I am looking straight at Antoine Jeremiah Griezmann.
Why though? Why?
Antoine Jeremiah Griezmann. Mr. Antoine Griezmann. And this is a very simple question. It's a very simple question. It's not difficult at all. And I want people to answer this honestly, 100% honestly. Is Antoine Griezmann a world-class player? If no, we can move on. If yes, I need you to give me a full reason why you believe he is world-class. And we're going to start with A1. Simple question. Is Griezmann world-class, yes or no?
In my personal opinion, no. He's very good, but world-class, no. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, thank you. Ahmed, is Griezmann world-class, yes or no?
He's not.
Thank you. Axel, is Griezmann world-class, yes or no?
As of now, no.
Thank you. Hardcore, is Griezmann world-class, yes or no?
No, tier 50.
Jujuman, is Griezmann world-class, yes or no?
Yes, I rate.
Okay, no, Jujuman. No, Jujuman, wait, no, let me speak. No, Jujuman, I have the mic. Every single time, everyone will say one thing. And do you know what it is? Jujuman does this to piss me off. No, Jujuman, let me speak. Jamie, speak. No, let me speak. You're not allowed to speak. Let me speak. Every single time, everything is going, and I'm like, man, when I clip this, it's going to be great because everyone is just going to say the same thing and it will be beautiful. And Jujuman is like, you know what? Let me mess up with half court. Let me just mess up with the flow. Everyone was saying no. I was like, oh my gosh. And I said, you know what? Jujuman is going to probably say yes. Oh, you know what he's going to say? Jujuman is going to... No, wait. Yeah, but maybe. No. 2 points. Okay, Juju man, make your flipping 2 points as to why Griezmann is world class, man.
Yeah, first of all, like the only problem is he just wanted to go to Barcelona. That's the only problem because it looks like the other players didn't want him, Messi and Suarez. But he's still world class. One game doesn't change anything. And first of all, he was played out of position. When I see Griezmann, I see him as a number 10 supporting striker, or he can play as a striker. And he's I mean, he has the World Cup double H too, and he's still a great player. He's still a great player.
Wait, so what if he has a World Cup? What the hell does that mean?
Huh?
I mean, wait. Double H.
No. Okay, let me
You're-
easy. Let me land. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
All because he has a World Cup. It is how did he end the World Cup? Arbeloa has a World Cup, I believe.
scored in the final.
Stefan Givash. Have you heard of him?
He
Stefan
scored 2
Givash has
goals
a World
in the
Cup.
final.
How crucial was
Doc has a World
Griezmann
Cup.
to that World Cup win? How
The-
crucial
the
scored
was
2 goals.
answer me that
The
flipping
final.
question?
He was the best player. The
He
best
scored. He
player in
was.
the first team.
Yeah. He
Man,
was the
shut the hell
best
up.
player.
Juju man,
Double H.
answer the question.
He scored 2 goals in the final, and what's it called? And was critical against Belgium.
Wait.
There's no way this guy is a bum.
Wait. Griezmann didn't score 2 goals. He scored 1 goal in the final.
The free kick led to a goal. Like.
Oh, Juju man. Oh my God, I
No,
swear
but
to God,
it
you're
was
so annoying.
double A. I swear.
You are
like,
so
no,
annoying, Juju man. I swear to you, you are literally one of the most annoying people I've ever met in my life, man.
No. Double H. You can't have the impact Griezmann had in the World Cup and be called a bum. It's impossible. Like this guy is a world class player. I mean, it was an off day. Everyone has an off day, but there's no way he's a bum.
With no help.
I don't think anyone can lead a team by themselves.
Okay,
There's no
Juju
one.
man. Okay,
no
we're
one.
done.
Alright.
Liverpool for everybody. Is Griezmann world class? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you. Red, is Griezmann world class? Yes or no?
Okay, this is kind of a tough one because, like,
Ugh,
in my opinion,
God.
I don't like Griezmann. I don't like his style of play. I don't like him as a player. He's for me at best a supportive. When he can only be world class in one position that he plays, and that's a supporting striker. When he has somebody along him to do that, as a lone striker, not world class. As a winger, not world class. As a center, as a cam, he's as a number 10, not world class. But as a supporting striker, like even when you saw him with France, when he had Mbappe around him, or when he was playing right behind Mbappe and Giroud, he was really good for France in that position. Even for Atleti, like he did lead them single-handedly to a Europa League. Like I will give him that. Like it's a Europa League, so take that as you will.
Single-handedly?
Yeah. Like even especially against Arsenal.
No,
he scored a
no,
solo
no,
goal.
that's-
He scored a solo goal against Arsenal, did he not?
No, it wasn't solo goals. It was a mistake, man. It was a mistake.
No, it was a
mistake.
solo goal, and he scored a brace in the final.
Don't say it,
And
man.
it's true. He did, man. He did. In the
It
Europa
wasn't a
League, he
solo
was
goal,
solid.
It was Marseille.
It was
Marseille. Come on.
No. Atleti had 10 men against Arsenal for 80 minutes.
Red, I
mistake.
thought
It was
better
a
of you.
mistake.
See,
Red,
you
I was
see,
at the
you see,
game.
Red,
I was at
I
the game,
expect
Red.
this.
I was there.
Red, I expect this from Judgman because Judgman does this to piss me off. But Red, we're supposed to be friends
I'm
here.
trying to be fair.
You're supposed to be my guy here.
fair.
Why are you defending this dude Griezmann?
I do not defend him. I told you I do not like Griezmann. His whole style of play, I would never have him anywhere near my starting 11 if I were to have a team. But what I'm saying is, like, if you're playing, let's say for example, a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and you need somebody to link the attack between your midfield and your striker, Griezmann is good at that. But again, like I said, only in that position can I ever consider him world class. And I'm trying to be devil's advocate over here. But as a striker, he's not world class. He's not even close to Luis Suarez in Barcelona. Levels above him. Like Luis Suarez is full-fledged a world-class striker.
Okay,
Like,
all
I
right.
think Benzema's better than him, right? So,
Mane, is Griezmann world class? Yes or no?
Of course, he's world class. First of all.
Oh yeah. No.
Yes,
No. I forgot. No, Mane, chill. There are two people that are contrarians to piss me off. Juju Man and this dude called Mane. So yeah, Mane, give me a reason as to why you're trying to be a contrarian and argue for that flipping half man, half woman dude trying to that's a world class. Okay, tell me how. Why is he? Tell me. Wow.
Listen, it's very simple. If you're being objective, he is a better player than Hazard, 100%. and you all consider Hazard top five,
Mane.
in the world
If this was
for
20,
doing
see,
less
wait,
than
no,
Griezmann.
chill. See, Mane, see, if this was 2015, 2016, I would have cut your mic. But in 2019, I've turned over a new leaf. I'm trying to be a bit more professional. But if this was 2015 HH, when I was jobless, unemployed, and I was on pills, I believe, I'd have cut your mic. But Mane, carry on. But let me just say this: that you saying that crap is completely and utterly stupid. But please continue.
Exactly.
It's completely true. Just because Griezmann doesn't dribble in circles like Hazard and eat McDonald's,
That's
whatever
Pedro.
he
That's
eats, as
Pedro.
a
But
fat
carry on.
boy. Griezmann, listen, when you look at him statistically, he performs consistently in Champions League and in La Liga. He has top
does,
5
man.
numbers in La Liga, better than any player, and will continue to do so this season. So I don't see any reason why you would say he's not world class based on one game. He has
Can someone remind me?
international pedigree, best player for
Griezmann?
France in the World Cup. He's always been consistent for Atleti, even though sometimes he missed big moments. He's always performed, scoring high level amount of goals that
He missed
very
a
few
penalty in the
players can
final.
claim. Very few players. He scored a penalty in the final too, in the World Cup
He
final.
missed-
in
He missed a
2016.
penalty. He missed the penalty in the final.
And
Didn't even
he-
hit the target.
He scored.
No, he
In
scored.
the
He scored in the
What are you
final.
talking about?
He scored. No. He scored in the knockout, but they got a penalty beforehand.
He
and
scored
missed
in the
it.
World
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah,
You're
scored
right.
a
No. He's talking about the
penalty,
Champions League
second
final.
goal.
The Champions League final.
Champions
League,
League.
man.
Champions League
Listen.
final.
The World Cup's the bigger stage, so we'll forgive him for that. But even then, though, this question really depends on who else you think is world class. If you say Hazard is world class, Griezmann is automatically world class because Griezmann is better than him in every way. But if you
So
say
that's correct.
Hazard
Wait,
is not world
Mane,
class
are you
and
done?
you
Are you done?
let me finish. If you push the bar higher and you don't include people like Hazard and other mid-level players, you could say Griezmann is not world class. Fair enough, but it all depends who you claim is world class. So that should be the question, really. Who else do you define
Okay.
as Griezmann's
Mane is a
level?
league
Okay,
legend.
Mane.
That's just-
Last I checked, I'm making the questions, not you. Thank you. Vas, is Griezmann world class? Yes or no?
I think some of the people here are dyslexic and read the name Mbappe whenever they see, because literally everybody is describing the world class achievements of Mbappe. This bum Griezmann, dude. Like he's honestly okay. Raheem Sterling is at the level, if not better, than Griezmann in 2019. In my
Obviously, he's top 3 winger in
and
the world.
on top of that, if Dembele fulfilled his potential, I'll just say it that way. If he fulfilled his potential, or if he fulfills his potential in the next couple of years, he'll surpass Griezmann easily. Okay, this guy, like, why are people crediting him for the World Cup? I don't understand. All he did was score 4 penalties and a deflected goal. Is that those aren't?
No.
that's not-
To be fair, his set pieces were on point in the World Cup. Like, I believe against Uruguay, it was free kick that Umtiti scored, or no, Varane scored against Uruguay. Like,
Okay,
a lot of his free kicks were on point. His delivery was really
He
good.
also released Mbappe. I mean, he was amazing in both semifinals.
Jujuman,
and
quiet.
final.
Quiet.
Dude,
Vas, finish
but
your point.
if you're truly a world class player, okay, scoring penalties is not an achievement. It's a bare minimum expectation. You have to give me something
Exactly.
beyond just that. And what did
Which
he
he
really
missed in
do
the
beyond
UCL.
just that? Honestly, like in 2018, I take Ribery in that French team over Griezmann, and and more so, even more so. Okay, let's see. What has he really done in Champions League? People keep giving this excuse of he's playing in a
Exactly.
defensive team in Atletico Madrid.
When he was
okay?
4-0 down,
But-
did he peg his team back?
Exactly.
Oh, no,
So,
no, but okay, but look, sorry, Vas, Vas, just round off your point, and then I want to say something else about Vas. Round off your point.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, it gives so the defensive team crap. Okay, it gives the excuse that he's not stat padding because he's not scoring as many goals. That's to be expected. But it goes deeper than that. He's actually not showing up in big games. Okay, where was he against Madrid all these years? Where was he against Juve? Okay, the last time he really showed up was against Barca in that quarterfinal. Otherwise, he was really nowhere in any of these games. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, so people in the live chats have said that, or I saw someone in the live chat said that. Let's define what world class is. Now, world class, in my view, is two main things. There are many things, but I'll say two main criteria. The first criteria is you are one of the 3 or 4 best players in your position. That's the first criteria. And the second criteria, probably the most important, is how well do you perform in the biggest games, the toughest games,
Okay,
and in the
that's
biggest
easy
games.
then.
So Griezmann in my view, wasn't critical for France during the World Cup. He was important. He wasn't critical. Kante was critical. Varane and Umtiti were critical. Pogba was critical. Mbappe was critical. Griezmann
That is a joke.
wasn't critical. Has Griezmann ever performed in a Champions League knockouts game? Has he ever shown as an individual in a Champions League knockouts game? I don't think he has. So
Okay,
unless you can
answer-
tell me the major
Okay.
game that Griezmann has sort of shown in and performed in, I'm sorry, he's not world class. And guys, we are moving on. We are moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
Based on your criteria.
Wait, no,
Hazard
we're
isn't
moving on.
world-class either.
Look, we have a lot of stuff to go through. We're moving on. I want to now talk about your boy, Bale. Real Madrid. Now, guys, this is called the universe. This is called the universe. And the universe tells us this. This is what the universe tells us. That you can't have it all your way. You can't have it all your way. Let me just hit the super chats very quickly. From Ogopa Super Chats, thank you for the super chats. Ogopa, $2 super chats, who says the purpose of VAR is to stop the dollars doping hit back. I think Ogopa, a Liverpool fan, is referring to Man City and Pep. Don't worry, Ogopa, we will be talking about VAR and Pep. Don't worry, that is on the docket. So Real Madrid, they beat Celta Vigo 3-1 and they had 10 men. But I think a deeper story is this. Bale was starting, he was involved, and he helped them win. So, my thing is this, and this is what I said in my post-match review. The universe is trying to speak to Zinedine Zidane. It's trying to speak to him. He says, yo, what is the universe saying? The universe is saying something very simple. And this is what the universe is saying to Zidane. You have to find a way to make Bale walk. You're not going to have it all your way. Zidane thought he could waltz in, get Pogba, get Neymar, get all of his players, and it'll be cool. But he didn't realize that Perez is a brick. I'm putting Florentino Perez on the review. He has potential to get into Class C. You have to now use Bale. And this is my thing with Bale. Bale is not the most technically brilliant player. If Bale was black, he'll be called a pace power merchant. But he's not black. He's white. And he's from Wales. Shout out to all of my white people out there. I'm not being racist. Only to the white supremacists and the skinheads. So, my thing is this. This is just me putting it very real. And this is a question to the panel. Can Gareth Bale rediscover his form and lead Real Madrid? Or is he done and should Real Madrid still offload him? I'll start with A1.
Can he rediscover his form? No. I don't think so. I think it's only just one game.
So you think he's done? He's finished?
Yeah, he's still done. He's still done, man. Because one game doesn't cover up the cracks over like the past few games. To the reason why Zidane wanted him gone anyway. So I don't think so.
Okay. Ahmed. All right. Axel.
Wait, what? What?
Oh yeah, no. Ahmed, Bale. Can Bale still lead Real Madrid and rediscover his form, or is he a useless brick that needs to be done away with?
I think that he's gonna be average. Like he's not gonna be too good. And plus, it's only one game, so I have to wait to see how he plays against Valladolid next week, and especially against Sevilla, it's gonna be the toughest test to see how he performs in those matches before I can actually say if he'll do amazing or not this season.
Okay. Axel.
Oh, so the question was on Bale, right?
Yeah. So can Bale star for Real Madrid, or this is only one game? He should still be sold.
I feel that he should still. I think he should still have. I think he still should start in the team. I think that he's not too old yet. Like, how old is Bale?
I think he's 30. I think he's 30.
Okay, he still has time left, and I still think he can still regain that form that he had. And also, I think that it's good to have him around, especially like in the tough
Have him
games,
around
like
to do what? Teach people golf tips?
Well, score bicycle kicks in the finals of the Champions League. No.
But my question is, can he help Real Madrid through the season, like how Cristiano helps Real Madrid through the entire season? Not just one game, but through an entire season. Can he be that dude in the same way that Cristiano was for Real Madrid?
Dude, well then what was the point of getting Hazard? I don't think he'll be that dude, but I think he'll help Hazard. He'll help other people to be those dudes, you know?
Okay, all right.
But he'll still be good.
Hardcore.
Hello?
Yes. Your mic is working. Talk. Bale, can he start for Real Madrid or is he crap?
I think he's a world-class star player, and I actually think Bill is a more valuable impact player. A player that Barcelona really needs, and I don't know why Barcelona did not snatch Bill out of Real Madrid's hand.
Bale doesn't
Yeah,
fit the
that
Messi
makes
system.
sense.
Yeah, you don't
Bale
fit.
doesn't
That
fit the
makes
Messi
sense.
system.
Like it would
They need
just
to take
switch.
away.
Yeah.
No, listen. They need to take away that philosophy that they have in their minds of possession football. They need to get impact players, and Bill is that guy. And when you're down by 2, or when you're down by 1, or when you need that killer blow instinct, Bill is the guy to give you that killer blow instinct.
When
That
did
is
you
what
do this?
that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying Bill to me will start for Real Madrid. In those big crucial Champions League games, I expect him to start because he knows what he's doing. He has scored in so many big games in his whole entire career, more than Messi has done ever in his whole entire career.
Okay, all right, okay, all right, Hardcore. Thanks, Hardcore. Thanks. Jujuman, Bale, should Real Madrid still believe in him or is he done?
I would say cash out now. No, he's a good
Wait. Jujuman, no. Jujuman, you think you're sly. Let me increase my volume. You think you're sly. Jujuman, I hear everything. When I was young, my mom used to call me rabbit ears because I could hear everything. So I've got very good. I'm here. I mean, I need to go to the wax removal and get my wax removed. But even with the wax in my ears are really great. Did you just open your mouth and you said cash out?
Yes. Look. Right now is a good time. There's hype around Bale. Get him out now. Like before everyone realizes.
Wait, Bad. Are you're
I'm
treating him
not.
like a new PS4 system or like a new sofa or something? This is a human being. What the hell?
Yeah, but look. Bale.
Many
He's a good squad player. Like if he has a lot of with him. He can at least he can hit free kicks, set pieces, and start and penalties decent. But for the wages he's asking, no, get rid of him right now. Like if Florentino is smart, I would get rid of him right now because everyone like he's a decent player, but he's not worth what he's getting paid for. So right now, get rid of him. Get rid of him as soon as possible. And or if he wants to stay to play for Madrid, take a pay cut because you know what he's earning. He's not worth what he's earning. So either that, but what's he called? But the one thing about Bale though, in his favor is Madrid haven't treated him right. They didn't treat him right because he was about to go to China. It's just I mean, the last month they have abused Bale psychologically because he thought he was going to China and then the coach called him out publicly and then now he stays. I mean, it's a mess. But
Jujuman, I can't feel sympathy for people who have millions. Rich people don't get my sympathy, but carry on.
all right. But but just to end, from Madrid perspective, I mean, right now is a good time to sell Bale. I won't keep him.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Well. That means that you obviously believe that Hazard is top 3. If you're saying that, so thank you for your support of Hazard. Liverpool for everybody. Bale, should he still be believed in, or is he completely and utterly useless?
I think he's useful, but I'm not sure why he's not in China right now. I'm not sure why that deal didn't go through. I look at Bale
Traditional Chinese food isn't as good as Western Chinese food, apparently. So that's my only reason.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. But
Yep.
I think he can come off the bench like he does and have a spark. I think somebody said bicycle kick or whatever here and there. But as far as being a huge part of Madrid in this season, I don't see that happening.
Okay. Red Bale. Give us your thoughts, Real Madrid fan. Can Bale lead your boys to the promised land, or was it just a cameo performance? He is still ultimately a useless, complete and utter brick.
No, man. I feel like I trust the process, so I trust whatever Zizou decides to do. Whether he stays, I know that he's going to be important. He leaves, I understand that he was surplus to requirement. Like at this point, I think we're just playing him to try to raise his value so we can get more out of him because I do believe we are offloading him. But even if he stays, he's a pure asset. He has no reliabilities. One, he's an uber professional, always shows up. You never hear him talking to the press. There's no negative energy around him at all. So he's also, Juju mentioned Zidane. We never mistreated Bale. Zidane, by the way, was misquoted when they mentioned that. Zidane said that Bale is negotiating his exit, and he chose not to play. So, because he didn't say that we're getting rid of him. So Zidane essentially was misquoted, and it made it seem much worse than it actually is. And you can go back and check it. So with Bale, if he stays, it's cool. He could help, but at the end of the day, I really think he's going to stay because Asensio is out for the season. Had Asensio stayed, he would have been gone because I think Zidane relies on Asensio more so than Bale. But since Asensio is injured, I don't think we're going to go out and buy another winger unless the Neymar deal happens, and he's definitely going. But as a team as it is right now, he's staying. He's staying. He's not leaving. Nobody else to play that position.
Okay. Mane, Bale, thoughts?
Bale for me is a world class still. Even if he plays 3 games a year, he's still world class, and he has that capability.
That makes
still.
no sense, but carry on.
He's
listen,
Chief Oga. He can never be disrespected.
If he plays 10 games on average, he'll be better than almost everybody. He's a very good player. In terms of any big game, really, Champions League, put Bale in, guaranteed impact. Not many players can do that. And as well as that, Real Madrid.
Man, you're making sense now.
I don't think he cares really about playing all that. He's already
it makes no sense, man.
Listen, can I speak or am I being interrupted?
Mane, let Mane speak. Let Mane speak. No interruptions.
Now you're interrupting me.
He's making sense. He's making.
No, hardcore. Let Mane speak. Let Mane speak. Mane, please talk.
Okay, so he's really earned his stripes, and even if he plays a full season or whatever, he has nothing left to. So for me, I don't think he cares, and I don't really care if he plays. So it's just that it doesn't matter really as much as people are putting weight on it. Bale really wants to play. He just wants to get paid and enjoy his life. That's all. Because he's really done everything. Scored Champions League, won them 2 Champions League titles, multiple league well, 1 league title, but yeah. So there's no urgency really.
Okay. Vas.
See, in my opinion, there's 2 kinds of world-class players, and this is actually very similar to that whole debate about the De Bruyne Pogba. There's the kind of world-class player who will be consistent throughout a season, every league game, week in, week out, help you win a league title, be the mainstay of the team. And then there's that other kind of world-class player, who will be up and down, have bad moments, have some okay moments, good moments, but in big moments they'll come clutch, do something incredible, and help a team win big games. I think at the end of the day, as much as I hate to say it, dude, that guy buying a 6-pack of beer from the drugstore is going to be the main guy for Real Madrid this season in La Liga. I'm not going to mention any names, but he's ultimately going to be the mainstay in this team. He's going to be the one who makes the most difference in the league. But in big games, big Champions League games, or big away games, Bale is going to have his moment. The thing is, we're not always going to get this version of Bale. There's going to be a really shit version who's not going to do anything in these games, and he's going to be injured at times in the season. But ultimately, I think I'm glad to have him in this team alongside Hazard. I think they're going to be really good together at times.
Okay, all right. So
That's
so
why we
basically,
have the bend.
wait, just to sort of actually, let me hit Christ. Have your say on Bale then? Christ, have your say on Bale?
Yeah, man. I think Bale is still a good player. Basically, what Anish said, like he's a world-class player who can help you and need him. But in terms of consistency, he doesn't really give you that. He still held Real Madrid in the big games. He has that pedigree for the big magnet before. So I think he can help Real Madrid, man. I think he can.
Okay. So just to round this off, I feel that let's give Bale 5 games and let's see what happens. We can't cast judgments yet because I feel that this could be a very surprising thing. He could still be trash and be crap, but for me, if I'm Zidane, give him 5 starts. Give him 5 starts and see what he can do, because I think that this could just be a very surprising twist in the tale that somehow maybe he could actually help these guys. And also, Eden Hazard actually now has a six-pack, by the way. So for all of you losers who were fat shaming, he officially has a six-pack now. So there you go.
Like I said,
Did he show it?
So moving on very, very, very swiftly now. Tottenham against Man City, but specifically your boy Pep.
Wait.
Specifically your boy Pep. So obviously, before we let me just hit up some of these super chats right now. So Martin Rosario says, hardcore coming with the facts, obviously pertaining to your views on Messi. Martin, you have a fan in Martin, Mr. Hardcore. And from Ricky Rick, are you related to Ricky Martin? Why is Hardcore acting like Messi screwed his girl?
He didn't.
Exactly.
Interesting.
He didn't even screw my girl. I don't know. I don't even have a girlfriend. So what is he talking about?
Okay, that's too much
he's
information to be
joking,
given out
man.
publicly.
Oh my
didn't need
God.
to
All
know
right,
that.
so moving on very swiftly. We're going to be talking about Pep. So, in case you didn't know, Tottenham against Man City. Tottenham completely and totally destroyed Man City.
What?
Oh no! Sorry.
Huh?
Man City.
Huh?
See. I wanted to see whether you were on your toes. I want to see whether you were on your toes, man.
Let him land, guys.
Okay, so
Let him land.
Man City completely and totally just destroyed Tottenham. They were completely dominated, beat down, lambasted, completely and utterly destroyed. But, and this is a big but right now, it was 2-2. So you can make all these things happen, do all these things, but if you don't win the game, no one cares. No one gives a damn if you cannot win the flipping game. So, and also, I know your boy Daxura, and get it, De Bruyne was amazing. And it's probably something we will talk about maybe on this thingy. I want to talk about where does De Bruyne's passing rate and how good of a midfielder is he. And Pogba is still better than De Bruyne. Relax, don't take the bait. So my thing is this, and I think this is more pertaining to VAR and your thoughts on VAR, because I didn't realize that there's a new rule that says if the ball strikes your arm in any way, and even if it's accidental, and homeboy then receives the ball and scores, it is now ruled as a handball. That's why Jesus is so pissed off there. That's a dumbass rule, and it makes me believe that people don't, like, professional football players do not actually flipping roll through and actually make these rules. I'm not stoned, guys. I'm not stoned. I'm fully sane. So people who say that I'm stoned, I'm not on any drugs. So this is my question for the panel. Right now. Where do you stand with VAR? Is VAR ruining football? Does it ruin the ecstasy of when you score a 93rd minute goal, you're happy, you rip open your shirt, you propose to your girlfriend, and you tell your side piece and your escort that you're no longer wanted, and you change your phone number, only to be told, sorry, give back that ring, call back your escort, call back your side piece because the goal wasn't given. Where do you guys stand with regards to VAR? A1.
You know what? Yeah, I agree with VAR, but it's just the use of it, because, like, when City scored, Jesus scored, I was happy. Then all of a sudden it got ruled out because of the handball, which was absolutely ridiculous. Then you think back to the same game when it was Tottenham against Man City in the Champions League. Llorente's goal stood, and that was a handball, and it's just like that stood, but flipping Jesus' goal didn't stand. So it's just like, where is the consistency in that? I know it's different competitions and whatnot, but at the same time, it's like the use of VAR, especially for a rule like that, it's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I agree with it, but it's the way it's being used I disagree with it.
Okay. Ahmed.
Well,
Thoughts on VAR?
I disagree with you, HH, about the handball rule that's currently being implemented. I think it's good because it removes the gray area of the referee saying whether it was intentional or not intentional, or
Bro, no.
whether it was
Okay,
hand to ball or
wait.
ball to hand.
Ahmed, let me. Okay. We can use our sense here. Are you telling me that people can't tell the difference between an intentional handball and a dude is looking the other way, doing something, and the ball just. There's a thing called ball to hand and hand to ball. It's simple as that. There's a difference between
But
ball
that's
to hand and hand to ball. So why is that so hard to understand? Hand to ball and ball to hand. Explain.
but that's the issue because it creates a gray area where you'll have different referees giving different opinions and it'll have different rules. And for what A1 said about the Lorente goal, they changed the rule over this past season so that goal wouldn't have stood if it was a season.
Wait, bro. As this dude said in the chat, there is no gray area with an intentional handball. Where is the gray area? I don't understand. Where is the gray area?
It's I mean the referee's discretion on whether it was ball to hand or hand to ball. That's what I mean.
Okay. Oh,
But
okay.
if the person's hands in a natural position, like
All right. Okay. Axel, where do
But
you
different
stand on
refs will
VAR?
define
Oh,
a natural
sorry.
position.
Ahmed, finish your point. Ahmed, finish your point.
But the only issue is that different refs will define it differently as ball to hand or hand to ball. So that's why having just one strict rule makes it a lot better because then everyone knows what's the standard and there's no gray area to it at all.
All right. Axel, thoughts?
VAR. I think overall VAR has. I think VAR is a good tool to have, especially to like look at all the things, and it helps the referees to review the situation or review the goals and make sure they make the right calls. Recently, it hasn't been used like well enough because like the goal is scored, everyone's celebrating, everyone's all excited. Pep and Aguero are hugging, and it seems like a amazing story. And then all of a sudden, 2 minutes later, it's like, oh, no goal. Kind of emotions is ruined. So I think for the whole emotional aspect of the game, it kind of sense. But I think it just needs. I think referees. I think we just need to take time for Premier League referees to get used to it, and then I think by the goal scored, then 2 minutes later you get taken out. I think it'll go away. I think take time to like get integrated into the game fully, and then I think it'll work really well.
Okay. Christ, VAR, thoughts?
They are good. Double. The only problem is that they only use like an example is like they'll be, and a player will be shouting, "Oh!" But if they don't want to, they don't use it, bro. Like they don't stay consistent with it, and like if they're more consistent with it, it's great technology. It saves the team from unrightfully like justice, basically, like losing for no reason and losing due to a wrong. Like VAR, I just think like more consistently, bro.
Okay. All
like
right.
whenever they
No,
want.
no. That's very good points with regards to the consistency argument because you can't pick and choose when you want to use it. And before I go to a hardcore, all right, guys, I'm monitoring the live chats. I'm going to talk about why Hazard is world class very, very briefly afterwards. After we're doing this topic, I'll talk about why
Makeup
he's world class
criteria.
because I know some of you jokers are trying to come and test me. All right, then I'm going to tell you exactly why the dude is world class and why you are moronic and brainless if you don't accept that he's world class. All right, hardcore. Give us your thoughts on VR.
Yeah, HH. This is a very interesting topic. I think because for me, I have two like I'm two-sided with VAR. I don't know whether to trust it, and I don't know whether not to trust it. You know, I'm trying to say. But what I will say is this, HH. Um, I think VAR, if VAR was in place a long, long time, because if you go to YouTube and you type in if VAR existed in these certain matches, maybe things would have changed. I think for me, VAR would seriously, seriously knock out Barcelona in 2009 when they played against Chelsea. That was the most injustice game I've ever seen in my whole entire life. How Barcelona goes through with two handballs, especially, inside the penalty box, and yet again there's no penalty being called to Chelsea is so unfair. So unfair.
They got screwed over, bro.
Yeah,
It was 10 years
I
ago,
feel
man.
like
Get over it, man. It happened.
no. The thing is, they got really screwed over. They got really screwed over, and I just feel like, for me, I think, if you look at it, another game that
Somebody's house is on fire.
Yo, is someone's fire alarm is going off, man.
All right, sorry, H. Let me go on. Sorry.
Hardcore, stay
this
safe,
guy.
bro. Stay safe. Hardcore, we need you here.
This guy's house is
Please
on
stay
fire.
safe.
My mom said I should get a fan. I don't have time for that. I'm sorry.
Stay
Um,
safe, milk whore.
Okay. Anyways, what I'm saying is, what I'm gonna end with is that literally,
Gosh, you guys are
Barcelona
weird, man.
we could have used VAR in the two legs against Liverpool, because in that whatchamacallit the first
Who's
leg.
we? Milan or Barcelona?
Oh, no, Milan. I'm Milan. I'm saying
He's conflicted.
in the first leg.
So who's we?
Suspect. Real
Hardcore.
Sorry,
suspect.
guys, I'm
Just
sorry.
sort out your fire alarm and then we'll get back to you. What the
This
hell?
guy
Bloody
is-
hell, man.
His house is
Bro,
on
I
fire.
tell you,
He's got a
this
hangout.
hangout stuff
Man.
is I keep saying this last. Why do people listen to this flipping thing? But you know why they listen? It's so wild and so crazy, and there's so many crazy
A man's
people
house
on
is on
here.
fire
You
and he's
you
got
you,
a
you, you
hangout.
can't stop, because
Man,
what's
save a life,
on what football show do we hear a flipping fire alarm go through? I have no idea. Jujuman, please take this over. VAR, should it
Baghdad
come or
Sports.
should it go?
Speaking
I
of
think
crazy,
VAR is just there to give people jobs and overtime. But because
Wait, Jujuman. If it's providing jobs and we're heading to a recession, how is that a bad thing?
He was Brexit. He was the old white guy. Brexit. Wait. That's why it is the
This guy, man.
slowdown in Europe, economic slowdown. Wait, let's continue.
Jujuman, don't get political here, but this is not a political podcast. Stick to football, please. Thank you.
Yeah. What's it called with VAR? I think I say this in the last hangout we had the last season, the previous season. Yep, is these penalty rules. I mean, these guys are acting as if they're solving. These refs are acting as if they're solving an equation. This is simple. There's no gray area. It's like the one Rodri. Like that's not a handball. Like he didn't touch the ball intentionally. It's the same with the Kimpembe one where this guy like. The ball touched his hand. I know he was in like they say natural position, but if you jump, that's your natural position. I don't know how they expect people to defend. It's the same with the final, the penalty Liverpool goal. I mean, he was out of position, but he didn't do it intentionally. Like he didn't. It was ball to hand. It wasn't hand to ball. And so this, I think the rules. I don't know. There's no excuses. It just. Like you have to see from the perspective of a player, like how is he supposed to like the ball hit his like the ball hit his hand, like what is he supposed to do there? Like,
No. Basically, that's my
Is he
issue
supposed
here.
to
Is like
attack?
the people who make these rules have never played professional football before.
Yeah,
It's as simple
'cause
as
it's
that.
like-
Because unless you've never, if you played professional football, you know, like it's only only a stupid senseless moron that will say, "No, if it hits your arm anywhere within the box, it must be a handball." Are you stupid? Are you high? You've never played football before, you flipping idiot. Like, because that makes no sense. How is it a handball if I'm looking somewhere else and it's hitting the guy's flipping ball?
Yeah, because what's it called? Yeah, because how do they expect? Are you now supposed to go for balls in the air with your hands behind your back? Like that
No one
doesn't make
jumps like
sense.
that, bro.
Yeah, no one jumps like that. Doesn't make sense because what's it called?
Okay.
And I know VAR. I mean VAR. I think it's it's good, but they can make all these decisions during halftime. We don't have to stop every time and wait few seconds. Like if like someone say, yeah, they can wait until halftime and then review all the decisions. They can't just
And what?
maybe
And
if
what?
it's
So wait.
Okay,
So
okay, Judgment, just round off because we have to move on. Round off.
All right. So with VAR, it's good, but like these guys need to be up to speed. We can't wait for people to make decisions. If they're slow, they need to either put a computer to make the decisions if these referees are too slow to make the decisions. Like we can't wait this long. Like they just have. So that's my problem. But VAR overall is good, and the rules they need to make better rules on the penalty, like the hand to ball and ball to hand. They need to make the rules there proper because
Okay.
no one. It's like they're making up rules every
All
time.
right.
Oh, boy.
Liverpool, everybody.
for
Liverpool,
this.
everybody. Thoughts on VAR? Should it stay? Should it go? Should it be tweaked? What the hell should happen to this?
I
flipping tech?
love VAR. It's the best thing that happened to football. I don't know why everybody's complaining and whining. The only reason why we're talking about it is because it was City, and people feel like Spurs somehow robbed the win. The ball hit his hand. It changes the direction of the ball. If the ball didn't hit his hand, how do we know it bounces right to Jesus and he gets the ball?
Exactly.
Like stop the whining. Like it's VAR. It is what it is. We all knew it was gonna have some growing pains. It is what it is. Get over it. Every team in this league is gonna deal with it one way or another.
So why didn't
I
City get a
agree.
penalty? Why didn't
I
City get a
agree.
penalty in the first half?
Exactly. It says the
Because it
Liverpool
wasn't
fan.
a foul. They reviewed it and they declared it wasn't a foul.
Exactly. The
Come on,
Liverpool
man.
refs.
Okay. Red. Thoughts on VAR?
I'm very pro VAR. Like, there's no reason why. Like, we should be arguing for this more as a fan of a team. If you want your team to have just rulings, I think we need VAR. I do think that the rules need to be changed. Like, I've always thought the offside.
Yeah, no. The football rules are the issue. That is the issue. Some of those rules are dumb.
Seriously, because like I do like 100%. As per the new rules, it's fair and square. Man City were not robbed because that's the rule. Like that, if it touches your arm in any way, then it's disallowed. It's a handball. So that the rules are dumb. I don't think it's VAR. So I personally think the rules should be adjusted a little bit, make it a bit more lenient. Because to be honest with you, that was a quality goal by Jesus, and I do like part of me feels like, man, he deserves that moment. But hey, it is what it is.
He
It got
doesn't
stripped away.
deserve it if he has 0 UCLs. Come on.
Yeah, what's the deserve?
Red, finish your point. Red, finish your point.
Explain the
I mean,
deserve.
no, it's a position, like the quality of the finish, the way, like his instinct inside the box, because to him, he's reacting based off the ball. It
was a very good finish.
Oh, Lord.
It was a great finish, and so I feel like that he was robbed of that one because that was quality from him. But at the end of the day, according to the rules, disallowed. I'm cool with that. It is what it is. Like City, this isn't like they just drop points to Spurs, which that's not a big deal overall in the league because you got to expect that you're going to drop points to some of the top six.
It's a big
That's very
deal.
normal for. Big of a deal. You guys still.
It's a big deal because you drop points. That's why it's a big deal. You drop points.
But everybody's gonna drop points eventually. Like they just played like a contender for like top three, a candidate for the title, and they both drop points. They break even.
Okay.
Still
All
early
right.
in the season, they could recover.
Okay. What's it called? Mane. Thoughts on this VAR? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Should it be tweaked?
I think it should be removed from the game completely.
Oh, how surprising! How surprising! Mane, you're the most obvious flipping dude on this planet. Please carry on.
There is no reason you need VAR if you have goal line technology. Okay, the part of the game, it's part of the game for humans to make mistakes. If an offside decision is wrong, it's wrong. It's simple as that. But even if you have such a system, even if you have such a system and you have big decisions like Llorente using his hand and scoring a goal, eliminating, and they don't even review that. This is supposed to be a system that's going to prevent it. They don't even check that.
But the rules were different then.
They did review it, but they're like, that's nothing. Yeah, that's not. The guy used his hand.
But the rule was different.
And scored a goal.
That's why they said
the
rule wasn't the same.
Too hard for him to comprehend, man.
What is the point of having a system if the rules are we're just going to interpret it based on arbitrary rules that make sense to us at this moment? That's what VAR is. Next season. Okay, could you just shut up for a second?
Wait. Let Mane talk. Mane, please speak. Let Mane talk.
So if you keep changing the rules every season because you're like, this season, this might be a goal this season, next season, the rules have changed. So you can touch it with your hand now. That's what they're going to do next season. But this is the shit that, like you see, Guardiola is very angry. I'm actually very angry too because it doesn't make any sense. Do they have the rules down on paper or do they just keep changing this every season? Or why do they need to change the rules? That's another question. Why do they need to keep switching? Last season is not a handball. This season is a handball, and next season let's think of. Right now, there's some idiot sitting in a boardroom somewhere. Let's think of a rule to change for next season. That way we catch people offhand. And another thing as well with the handball thing. So if I see a player going to score a goal, am I just gonna push his hand to hit the ball? Then it's not a goal. Then I'll just leave him. You can score from then. You can do that. If a player is going to score, yeah, and he's one-on-one.
How are you gonna push a player's hand onto the
Like,
ball?
what are you talking about, bro?
You just take his hand and hit it on the ball. That's all
Wait,
you
wait,
have
wait,
to
wait.
do.
That makes sense.
Money,
Yeah, that
that's
makes sense.
money.
That's why.
Money,
That's why
unless we're living in the Matrix and we're Neo, that's pretty hard to do. To
It isn't.
somehow
It isn't.
push a guy to use his arm for the ball. So
Getting a red.
And the Rodri thing, that was a clear penalty. Another one not given to us. But that just shows the VAR. It's just politics played out. They're trying to stop Man City. It's ironic how every VAR.
But Mane, aren't Man City good enough to score a clean goal without the use of hands?
Listen,
why am I talking about that?
Thank you,
every
VAR,
VAR decision, VAR only works when it's against Man City. But when we need VAR to work,
Mane,
it doesn't work.
This is a very
They just
simple question.
ignore the
Wait,
shit.
Mane, it's a very simple question. So you're saying that
Yeah, because
City
you have
aren't
zero
good enough
UCLs and zero
to score a goal without without having an offside or the ball touching anyone's hand?
Listen, you see the current European champions, quote unquote. They needed help from VAR
Another
to be able
deflection.
to win.
Another
They
deflection.
needed
Another
help.
deflection.
They needed to rig the game against Spurs to win by a penalty. The guy kicked the ball into Sissoko's hand, and that's a penalty apparently.
Okay, all right, okay, Mane, thank you. Okay, Vas, your thoughts on VR, Vas.
Dude, this is a hilarious topic of discussion, dude. How many times on Twitter have we heard like these bums say if there was VAR implemented years ago, Madrid wouldn't have won the CLs. Now Guardiola and his cult and all these Barca dogs, dude. Like when is their old manager getting hurt by VAR? Now they want to scrap it. Okay.
Isn't that Man City fan?
Are we gonna like sit down and act like Man City never got calls, dude? I remember last season their home game against Watford. That first goal that they scored, dude, like Sterling clearly.
You mean the 5-0 game? The 5-0 game? That's the one you're gonna choose.
Let me finish, dude.
Yo, let Vas talk. Let Vas land.
See, dude. I remember that game clearly, dude. Because Sterling was interfering with playing an offside position, and shockingly enough, the linesman actually called it off. Then the main referee spoke to the linesman. The scandalous, dude. The main referee walked up, spoke to the linesman, and then gave the goal anyway. Even though
we
initially
won
it was marked
6-0
offside
anyway,
correctly,
so.
dude. See, so these bums, dude, they don't know anything, dude. Like,
exactly.
Pep never complains whenever like the decisions go his way. If he's such an arbiter of justice, like where's the justice for Chelsea 09? Where's the justice for
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, like where's the justice for John Terry's red card in 2012?
Where's the justice?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, all right, okay, fair enough. So look, basically, just to round this off, man. The fact of the matter is that VAR is here to stay. Mane, whether you like it or not, this is what you have to deal with, and I just think it's very simple. Your teams, whoever your teams are, surely you can score a goal without having one of your dudes offside or with a handball or doing some illegal things.
Next year it'll probably be legal. Next year it'll be legal. If Liverpool won it, next year it'll be legal. So maybe this is a temporary thing. They're gonna change it next season. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay, all right. Okay,
but
so
they changed the rule because of your club complaining. They literally changed the rule because of
Speak on it. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's be honest, man. Like City are not victims in any metric. They're not victims. You can't claim victim. You guys finished with like 200 points over the past 2 seasons.
Okay. We're moving on. Okay, I want to talk about the rookie. I'm getting beaten up online. Because I said a few things. And I still defend those things that I said. Champions League semis minimum. That's what I said. CL semis minimum. And when Jujuman said group stage max, I called him rude. I called him disrespectful. And I said that what he did was very wrong. Extremely wrong. Before we just get into this topic fully, Ogopa dropping $2 who said Liverpool living in Pep's head rents free. Pep needs psychological help and mental help. I don't think Pep is well in the head. That's just me. And from Martin Rosario, 499 Super Chat, he says, VAR came in parts because of the fraudulence in which Flopalona was winning the major trophies back then. Laugh my ass off. Bro,
It's true.
well, let us
This guy's a
let us
Barcelona
because
fan, man.
bro,
Being a
let
fake
me be
fan.
real with you. What if VAR was implemented by people from Barcelona to help them win this Champions League? Who knows? So let me just get back on this right now. So Chelsea drew against Leicester City, and I'm not sure that the rookie knows what he's doing. There's quality here. There's real quality here. But I am worried about the rookie, and I need you guys to be honest here. Because the thing about the Hangout is that we are brutally honest. This is the most brutally honest football show in the world. This is the best and the realest football show on the planet. Facts. But the beauty about the Hangout, why this is the best show in the world, is we bring honesty. And there is nobody more brutally honest, more hardcore than the members of these Hangouts. So guys, I want brutal honesty. You know, you don't have to hurt my feelings or anything. I don't want brutal honesty. 3 games have gone. They got circumcised against United. They played really well against Liverpool and probably should have won that game, but they lost the game. And they drew against Leicester City with the Niger man indeed getting it. Where do Chelsea finish this season? And what do you make of the rookie? A1, hit it.
They're not getting top 4, but I think they could just about finish 6th, just about. My thoughts on Lampard. I personally feel tactic-wise, he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's more...
Easy. Chill. A1, chill.
Let me land. And it's more, Jody Morris, who does all the tactics and stuff like that, the assistant manager. No. Obviously, wait. I'm not trying to say I'm not blaming Lampard. Well, obviously he's the main man, but I feel he's trying to force a way where there's a whole, for example, Tammy Abraham. Like, he started against Man United. That was his go-to number 9. He flopped, then he switched up to Giroud, and he's trying to go away from like the past manager's style, but his style isn't working because I feel against Liverpool they played better, and obviously.
Okay, so do you feel that his style can be effective over a whole season?
No, not with these current players. Not with these current players because striker-wise, there's no one there, nothing there at the moment. I feel like in midfield they should play with a 3-man midfield instead of like 2. Because they can have more control in midfield. Because today it was very open, man. Especially towards the end, it's like a ping pong. It was like 1 minute it was going to Chelsea, the next minute it was going to Leicester, and it was very, very like open. And you don't really want that at home as well.
A1, you can't be that open in the Premier League, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't be that open in the Premier League, especially at home.
So so does the rookie see out the season? Yes or no? Damn.
The way is, I think he will, because especially Chelsea have a transfer ban, so I can see Roman giving him a chance, but at the same time, if things go very, very bad, like for example, if this looks like they're gonna finish top 10 instead of like top 6, he's going, man. He's going.
All right. So remember, guys, before I go to Ahmed, hit that like button, guys. Come on, man. It only takes you a few moments. Hit that like button, smash that like button, punch that like button, headbutt that like button, hit the like button, like it. Look, this is the best football show out there. And to show your love for this being the best football show out there, hit that like button. It only takes you a few seconds.
Can I
hit
the like button right now?
Hardcore, chill. Ahmed, the rookie, Chelsea. What happens to them this season? Can they get to that semi-finals of the Champions League? Talk.
The PE gym teacher that's currently coaching Chelsea FC is not gonna take them to no semifinals
Relax, chill,
of
be
UCL.
respectful. Carry on.
I don't think he's gonna get top 4. Bro, he looks like a PE gym teacher out there. Look at him. Alright, for real though. I don't see him making the semis at all. I would say round of 16 max, but they're in pot 1, so they might get a decent group and manage to top it, right? I think that he's gonna have moments. He's gonna have moments where Chelsea look like the best club ever. Right, he's gonna have his moments during the season, but overall, it's not gonna work out. He's gonna get like 5th or 6th, depending on how United does. Because the other rookie at United, right, looking like like a retirement home over there. I don't know what he's gonna do. So it depends how United go through the season, but I think it'll be 5th or 6th for the
So,
PE gym teacher.
and what about Champions League semis?
Bro, they're not sniffing the semifinals, bro. I don't know
Semis, group stages,
I don't
man.
know
Group
what you
stage,
were
group
on.
stage, group
I don't know
stage.
what you were on when you said this, so now you're
I
saying
asked
about
a
it.
simple question. Just, will they get to the semis of the Champions League? Yes or no?
Chelsea Football Club will not get to the Champions League semifinals
Okay,
of the
thank you,
season.
thank you. Okay, it's a simple answer. Thank you, Axel. How well will Chelsea do this season, and will they reach the semis of the Champions League?
Looking at everything so far, like looking at everything right now, I think the best they can hope for is FA Cup. To be honest, like getting an FA Cup or getting
Bro,
at
Axel,
least.
I didn't sign up for an FA Cup, bro. But carry on.
Well, like it's. I don't think they're gonna do well in the. I don't think they're gonna perform as well as Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Like those clubs, I feel they could at least, if they turn this around and perform really well, like they'll get 4th. Champions League. I feel the best they can do is rounds of 16.
Okay. Christ. Hardcore.
Hello?
Yeah, hardcore. The rookie and
Wait.
Chelsea. How are they gonna do?
Oh, okay. So this is my thing. I think Chelsea should just go back to Mourinho. I don't know.
Wait. Hardcore. Speaking very briefly, at the moment, Uncle Moo doesn't have a job right now, and I find that very rude. How Uncle Moo, the best manager in the world, does not have the job, I find that completely and honestly
That's
You see the video of him
Sorry.
crying. You see the video of him crying.
A1 chill, hardcore talk.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. Is Mourinho has a love affection for Chelsea, and Chelsea have a love affection for Mourinho. You know, and it just makes sense for
And
Mourinho to come.
hardcore. They got Champions League. He's got Champions League. Don't forget to mention that.
Yeah, I mean, Mourinho has a Champions League with Porto. He has a Champions League with Chelsea. The thing here is, what I'm saying is, for Lampard, you know, I gave him those
He's
2
called the
games.
rookie. It's called the rookie. Carry on.
The rookie, right? Yeah. The rookie,
PE
I
teacher.
gave him 2 games to prove himself.
Relax.
Don't get me wrong, he played well in the first half, but in the second half is my problem. You know, like if you don't take your chances, of course teams are gonna beat you, and this is the problem. You know, Chelsea is missing that kind of striker, like a Diego Costa, right? That Mourinho had when he won the league title in 2015. You know, they're missing a Drogba. You know, a guy who will make defenders intimidated. You know, this is the problem. This is the problem. They need an 86, 89, 90 rated striker in their team who's gonna put the ball in the back of the net, and that is why Chelsea is struggling so much. That's the only reason why they're struggling. Jude is not that guy, and Abraham, I'm sorry, 15 goals max. He's not getting no 50 goals or 60. He's not
15?
getting
15?
A1, relax, man. Let him
50.
talk, man. Let him
15
talk.
goals,
Hardcore
man.
talk.
No,
15
10
goals.
goals max, man. 5 goals
No,
max.
no way. No. 15 goals max is
What?
the max
No.
that he can go. He can't
Sorry.
get. He can't
Okay,
get any.
look, hardcore. Before I move on, will they reach the Champions League semis? Yes or no?
No.
With the rookie, no. But if they hire Mourinho, it's very possible.
Okay. All right. Juju man. So Juju man, before you speak,
Yeah.
I'm not going to apologize to you because the season hasn't finished yet. But what I will say though
Thank God
is
for that.
maybe you were onto something. So Juju man, I've got a couple of questions. First question is that: do you feel vindicated? That's the first thing. Second thing is, will they get to the semifinals of the Champions League? Go.
Oh yeah, fast question. Look, even though I said, look, with the Frank Lampard, I mean the rookie, I was a bit impressed. Like it wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was like it's going to be a disaster, but he's playing well. I know it's about a result, but he's playing well for a rookie. He's playing well. I mean the Chelsea team is playing well for a rookie. Like Tammy Abraham. I know he has a girl's name, Tammy, or what, depending where you come from.
Easy. Just have to go there, man.
Tamir.
The hell?
True.
We're trying to find fights for equality. Hashtag me too. Hashtag me too.
But I see he has movements. So he's not that bad as I thought. It's not that bad as I thought. And then with Frank Lampard, I mean, Frank Lampard needs to have Kante in a bubble wrap, because if Kante goes down, his career is going down.
It's over. Forfeits the entire season. Forfeit the season.
Because it's like this guy is so crucial to his system. And what's he called? And with Chelsea, with Chelsea, Frank Lampard. The one reason I say this, people, because when I had people insult, I'll just keep it to Sarri. People insult Sarri. I mean, when you see the pundits, like former players, like insulting managers, and I mean, this is the main reason I say people do not appreciate the amount of work you have to put in to reach at the top level. Because you look at someone like, I know Frank Lampard is new. I mean, the rookie is new, but you look someone like Sarri. I mean, this guy has years, at least a decade under his belt, and his fans are out calling him out. I mean, this is like, and then they're saying Lampard is better. I mean, Sarri, the rookie is better than Sarri. I mean, this is what they expect. But with Lampard, I think he's what's it called? It's not as bad. The key game that will decide if Chelsea finish top 4 is the Wolves game, because the next 2 games I expect Chelsea to win. If they don't, then there's a serious problem. There is a serious problem. So the next 2 games they should win.
Wait, no, but okay. Before you finish, most importantly, do Chelsea get Champions League semis? Yes or no?
No, they don't stand a chance. Because I mean,
don't stand a chance. Excuse me.
They don't stand a chance. It's like I told Abdullahi, we went ghost. That the main focus should be try and win a domestic trophy and finish top 4. That would be an amazing season. Under the current circumstances, that would be amazing.
Nah. I need that CL semi, bro.
No, CL is just, it's like some teams that spend like hundreds of millions to for that CL. Like you can't compete. Just let's set the target low and then see where it goes.
Okay, all right, okay. Liverpool for everybody. How far can they go? And will can they make the Champions League semis? And will the rookies see how well will the rookie do?
Brother, I'm not answering that Champions League question. So,
okay.
But I got a few points. First of all, he will stay. He'll have the benefit of the club because 1, it's of who he is. 2, he couldn't get anybody in the summer. Listen, there's a lot of positives in this team to me. And what I would say is if they were finishing their chances, they would be in a lot of these games. Against us in Istanbul, they had at least 2 or 3 chances that they missed, clear-cut chances, not like half chances, or they had real chances. And they've been doing that the last couple of games. Did it in the United game. So it feels like their high press is really, really good, really effective, and then they just die out. I don't know what that is. I don't know how they did get tired or whatever. But that second half, they just kept giving the ball back to Leicester. I don't know how Leicester didn't finish that game off. So, listen, I think he'll have time. I think the kid Mason Mountain Dew looks good. Tammy Abraham looks a little shook since Istanbul. Giroud looks decent. So I think they have some positives. Pulisic is okay. He looks a little soft, but they have some positives in the team. I'll say that. But they're finishing 6. No higher than 6.
Damn. Red, man. Assess this, man.
I agree for the most part with Liverpool being everybody, because they have a transfer ban. He's gonna stay. Like had it not been had they not had a transfer ban and it was a serious hire, it would have been September max. Like he would have been sacked right before October.
That's harsh, man. That's harsh.
No, it's true, man. Sarri went undefeated for like 16 games. And people were at his neck. Like imagine Lampard wouldn't listen his first 3 games. and let's be like like Juju said, like gonna be as far as Conte could go. Like it just depends on like how much of because Conte is the only thing in this team. Like even in Istanbul, like with Liverpool, I didn't really feel like Chelsea were really much better than Liverpool. I just felt like Conte was really good on the night. Like he was literally everywhere on that pitch. Exactly, like he would retain. Like this guy had 7 dribbles on that night. Just keep that in mind. 7 dribbles, and people want to call him a DM.
It's true. 10 out of 10 for Conte.
By the way,
no, Conte is that dude, man. Conte is that flipping dude.
He's a high IQ player. People don't give him credit, but this guy is one of the most.
Conte is one of the most intelligent players in the world. Facts.
He deserved the winner's medal. Like I felt like if Liverpool had a spare, they should have handed him one because he deserved it. Like, but anyways, besides the point, like, so I don't see Frank Lampard doing like nothing with this team. Maybe in the Champions League, anything can happen because they are in pot 1. They are going to get an easier draw than everybody else. So they could end up with a good group where they can come first or second, and you never know. Maybe they get like Shakhtar in the round of 16. They're gonna make it to the quarterfinals, and then in the quarterfinals, anything could happen.
Red,
Like,
stop
they're-
it. Stop it. Stop.
Okay.
Just stop.
Round of
Anything
16
could happen.
max.
Like Monaco, for example, nobody thought Monaco would reach the semis 2
Bro,
years
you
ago.
never know. You never know.
never-
Thank you,
and
Red.
that
Monaco
Thank
team
you.
will
Saying
start.
positivity.
will-
I
Juju
just
man,
want to say
shush,
Kante
Juju
is
man.
the
I didn't
best
call your name. I
DM
didn't call your
in
name.
the world right now.
In the
Red,
league,
finish your
Monaco.
point.
Never-
Finish your
exposure
point.
season.
in the league, they're not doing anything. Like, we all know this. Like, in the league, they're finishing 6th. Like, that's at best, I believe. I don't think they'll make top 4.
Okay.
They just don't have the finishing. They're not going to
All right,
compete
okay.
goal scoring wise with Chelsea or Liverpool.
All right.
Or sorry, with Liverpool or City.
Mane. Thoughts?
I mean, I don't see how people are blaming Lampard for this. It's pretty much the same team, or even a worse team from last year. They still don't have a striker.
Wait,
Wait.
why is it
Okay.
worse
Okay.
team?
Okay.
Why is it
Okay.
worse
Okay.
team?
Okay.
Why is it
Okay.
worse
Okay.
team?
Money. Hold up. Money. Hold up. Money.
Why is
Hold
it
up.
worse team?
Money. Hold up. Because you see, you've been throwing these subliminal jabs, and I need to respond to these subliminal jabs. So you opened your rotten mouth and you said that this is a worse team. So they had Hazard last season. They don't have Hazard now.
checked.
How does it make the team worse last season when they had Hazard last season? Explain yourself.
Exactly, bro.
He got caught out.
They still don't. I mean, Hazard with his 7 goal, whatever amount of goals he scored, 7 goals.
Double digits in goals and
Because Mane
assists.
has 0
Okay.
Europa League CL. That's
Okay,
why he has.
Okay, he is a bad loss, sure, but that wasn't really their problem.
He got caught out.
They weren't winning because they don't have a striker, and they still don't have a striker. Tammy Abraham is not even good enough to start for Everton.
But they had the same strikers as last season.
Wait, Mane, let him land.
And when
got
you look
caught
at
out, man.
Lampard,
Fraud.
he can do as best as he can with that team. Leicester are a good team. Last season, even they couldn't beat Leicester. I believe, if my memory serves me right, they lost 1-0 once, and they tied the second half of the season. But
Tied.
it's an expected result with Leicester. It's an expected result with Leicester. So I think if Chelsea can get a real striker in January, that's the only chance they have to go further into the Champions League. But otherwise, it's the same Chelsea from last year.
Mane,
Nothing
you're
major
leaving
has
it to his
changed.
best. I
They
just
haven't
wanted to
lost
say.
any big
how you mute
piece that would have
somebody's
helped
voice?
them. They haven't lost any big piece that would have made anything different this season. If Hazard was there, the same thing would happen. You need a striker to win league titles. You can't, or even be close to being top 4, and that just shows they're so far behind. So Tammy
they're
Abraham
very
is
good
not
this
it.
year, man.
Yep.
All right. Vas.
Okay, look, so I think people are being a bit harsh on Lampard, dude, because this is only his first season. I actually agree in with the fact that I agree with the fact that he'll be under pressure from Abramovich, even though I don't agree with Abramovich himself. I think with every manager, he deserves time, like every other manager would. And I think he deserves even more time considering he's just rookie. So, and the thing is that he's not done terrible with his team. He made a lot of tactical mistakes in the first game. I know Conte sort of saved Chelsea's face in the second game in the Super Cup, but still Lampard wasn't tactically awful in that game because Chelsea still created a lot of good chances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that not all that was down to Conte. So he's not that bad. And even today in the first half, Chelsea dominated, even though they faded out and Leicester grew into the game in the last 20 minutes. It's not really his fault that he doesn't have a great front three. And ultimately, it's the personnel of this Chelsea team that's not going to let them do well in the league. So, yeah, I agree. They'll probably get, into Europa League places at best. I don't think it's top.
All right. Someone just said something about Hazard as a midnight buffet. I don't know whether you're trying to crack a joke or something, but yeah.
He'll be. I'll give it
Mane,
2 months till he's back to being fat.
to speak, by the way.
2 months.
Thank you.
Man, you have
So,
0 UCLs and
super chats from
people
Ogopa, who says, don't invite plastic fans on the Hangout again. Ogopa, I think hardcore. I think Ogopa is talking to you when he says that.
Oh, okay, can I
And
respond to
wait,
Ogopa,
no,
please?
chill, Doro, you'll respond soon. And from Ogopa again, who says, Mane and Juju, the school bus is waiting outside. Okay, so that is more jibes at Mane and Juju.
I don't even get what his problem is. Really,
I know,
just because,
what is this guy's problem, yo?
do I have to be a loser to be a real fan? Is that it? You have to be a complete loser for your whole life to be a
No,
real
you have to
fan?
stick by your club, man.
Yeah, listen, I'm sticking by my club. Why would I not stick? We're winning every year. How can I not stick by my
Okay,
club?
okay, look,
You're the
okay.
ones that have to suffer.
You're winning
Let's
leagues,
Bro,
move
you're
on
yo.
from
winning.
there, man.
That's
Let's
why
You're
move
as
on
winning.
long
from
as
there.
they're winning, that's
All
why
right,
you're still.
we're now. Oh, damn it! So we're now rolling it now with
Neymar.
Bayern.
Okay.
So let me just be fully clear here right now. And I want people's honest views here. Kingsley Coman is trash. He's trash. He's trash. That's just what I need people to understand. The dude is trash. And I fear for Bayern Munich this season because this is going to be the first season for a very long time that they don't have Ribery or Robin at all. So, and I'm just going to put this out there, and anybody can respond. Can Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich are not doing anything in Europe with Perisic. I'm sorry, like you're having a laugh. Perisic, really? Yeah, I go. You've got Pavard and Hernandez. Perisic.
No, but Perisic is quality.
Hardcore.
quality.
Perisic is in tier 3 player. Is Perisic better than Leroy Sané? Yes or no?
Oh no.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna put this out there. Can Bayern Munich still win the Bundesliga in their current form? Yes or
Come
no?
on, man.
All right.
They can, yeah.
Okay. I heard.
They
I
can,
heard you laughed at Mane. Respond. Can Bayern still win the Bundesliga in their current form?
They can. They can.
Of course they
yeah.
can.
Okay.
They will.
Wait.
It's
I'm
not
gonna go
even
to
can.
Mane, Vas, then A1. So Mane.
Listen, even if they lost 15 straight games, I will still say they're favorites to win Bundesliga. It's a nothing league. They cannot do anything for half the season and come back because Dortmund have shown that they're not capable of doing it. So this whatever 2-2 tie is still really nothing. They'll still come back. They're still the strongest team in that league, and they'll still do it. Even if they lose 10 games in a row, they'll still do it. So I
All
don't
right.
know what all this panic is for.
Okay, Vas.
Dude, what is so embarrassing about this whole situation? Okay, look at Bayern's midfield trident: Goretzka and Thiago at number 6 position. I mean, that's like so weak, dude, compared to all the other European top clubs. And they don't even have a proper defensive midfielder. And the saddest thing about that is this midfield is actually by far the strongest midfield in the Bundesliga, regardless.
No, it's
actually
not. No, it's
embarrassing.
not.
It actually is, dude.
It's
because
not. It's not, man. It's
It
not.
is. It is the
It's
strongest
not. It's
midfield
not.
in the Bundesliga.
No,
Okay,
it's
name
not.
me a stronger midfield.
How
Wait,
can you say
wait,
it's the
cool.
strongest
Wait.
midfield
Let's wait.
with
Let's
No,
just
Latvia?
Vas down. Let
please
Vas down.
name me
Let
a
him land.
stronger
Let him land.
midfield, then. Please name me a. Dude,
who's
Dortmund. Okay,
gonna-
so you think Witzel and Delaney is a strong?
Yes, Witzel, Delaney, and Weigl. That's a
Delaney,
stronger
okay,
midfield.
fine.
Fucking
Dude,
Witzel.
but
Fucking hell.
the thing is, Dortmund have shown that not shown since 2012 that they're capable of winning this trophy. So if you're asking me if Bayern can win it, it's honestly, I think it's a 55 to 45 chance that they can win. I'd say they're slight favorites over, even now in their current state. I know they lost the German Cup, but that's just
So
one
even
game.
with Kingsley Coman and an aging Lewandowski, they can still ride.
Of course they can still ride it because the thing is that like at Dortmund, dude, their Dortmund's defense is still highly questionable, dude. And ultimately, that's the biggest reason that they collapsed last season is their defense. I know they got Hummels.
Yeah.
They signed Hummels, dude. But if you're gonna say Boateng and everybody in this Bayern backline is declining, then of course you have to say Hummels is declining like mad. I mean, the guy was obscenely bad in the World Cup. Like, so this is not the same Hummels.
So
Okay, all right, okay. A1, have your thoughts on A1, hit it.
all right, cool. Yeah, Bayern obviously they can win the title compared to last season to now. It's you could say the gap between Bayern and Dortmund has gone slimmer. So Dortmund have got more of a chance now because Dortmund they've added experience at the back in once again Max Hummels. People may say he's declined whatnot. I still think he's good enough for the Bundesliga. Maybe in Europe, not he's not good enough, but in the Bundesliga he's good enough because if you compare him to someone like Boateng declined mad compared to Hummels, and Bayern Munich's defense that's now more of a young defense now. When they got Sula and Pavard he's alright, but I don't really rate him like that. So I feel Dortmund have added, and plus to their attack as well, they added Hazard and Brandt.
But A1, do you still feel like Lewandowski, Mola, and so forth, that attack can still be consistent enough to get consistent wins in the Bundesliga still at their age and at their level in 2019, going to 2020?
Yeah, I think so. Because look, you look at maybe not Muller because he's declined mad, but Lewandowski, he scored 2 goals. Yes, was it on Friday? He scored 2 goals on Friday. So as long as it's got Lewandowski there who can score goals for them, that's good. And Perisic, you may not like him, and he may not be better than Son.
I never said I didn't like him. I just said that
my bad.
Perisic ain't no Leroy Sané. If you miss out on Leroy Sané and he went for Perisic, that is a downgrade. So
I think if they got Sané, maybe in Europe, I would have given them more of a chance. But they got Perisic, who I feel Perisic is good enough for the Bundesliga, and Perisic, he's got good 1v1 abilities. He's both-footed. He can play on either flank. So you got you could say a good player there, and you got an impact player in Coutinho, who Coutinho, when he's got the chance anywhere to shoot, he will shoot. Most probably going. So it's good additions they've added in as well, and plus they've added like the young midfielder and from Mönchengladbach. I can't pronounce his name. So Bayern can still win the title.
Okay.
But I think in Europe, I think quarters, because I think the squad is a bit too young, and the older, experienced players, you could say maybe Lewandowski, who can maybe try and turn up, but I highly doubt it.
Okay. So, but let me throw this in there to the panel, and anyone can respond. Because my boy Go Getter just said Coutinho arrived at Bayern yesterday. Coutinho coming into Bayern, how much does that help them?
Oh my God, it doesn't help at all.
Can I?
Or okay, hardcore.
Wait. Let me say.
Wait. I mean, I'll go back to A1. Hardcore.
Okay, so I think this is the best transfer of this summer window actually. Because
see that's
hardcore. Did you watch Coutinho last season when you were a Barca fan?
It's a one-year
I
loan,
watched
not a transfer.
Hardcore. When you were a Barca fan, did you watch Coutinho's performances? Yes or no?
Oh no, I did. I did watch his performances.
Thank you.
It was horrendous.
Thank
It was horrendous.
I'll speak after.
But what I will say is, this Bayern team that he's going to, I feel, is a way better, and I'll say this, a way better team than the way Barcelona. Because look, Barcelona.
Why are you always compared to Barcelona all the time?
Because he's a Barca fan, dude. What do you think?
Stop, man.
Hardcore, let's Hardcore speak. Hardcore, please speak in peace. Please speak.
Yes, please let me speak.
Thank you.
Barcelona plays slow football. They don't play fast attacking football like the way Liverpool plays. They don't play that football. They play slow possession football, and it's
Barcelona
so hard
gonna
for
win the
Coutinho.
Bundesliga.
No. Listen, it's so hard for Coutinho to work under the Barcelona system, especially when Barcelona has to do slow possession football and there's not a lot of runs being made. Whenever Coutinho, and I saw it time and time again last season, whenever Coutinho made runs in behind of the defenders, the Messi would never pass it to him.
Coutinho's not that type of player. He don't make runs behind. What are you talking about?
Coutinho made
hardcore. Don't make excuses for Coutinho and Barcelona. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Let me speak after. Let me speak.
All I'm saying is this is the best decision I think Coutinho has made, because at least he's went from 5 to another club that I could say it's
okay. Thank you. Or okay, hardcore. Thank you. Okay. A1.
All right, cool. With this Coutinho signing, obviously it's good, but at the same time, I could think it might turn out to be like a James signing, because Coutinho, his best role is a number 10. And Bayern Munich, if they play with a number 10, usually it will be Müller who play behind the striker. And if they play the 4-2-3-1 and Coutinho plays number 10, he can thrive in it. But if it's the same situation as James, where he was forced to play out wide, I think we could see a repeat.
Okay. So you're saying that Coutinho's best role would be a 4-2-3-1, and he plays as the cam.
Yeah, 100%.
Wait, can I add?
Okay. Let's A1 finish, and then I'll go to Juju, man.
Because I thought that was the issue at Barcelona, because they don't play number 10. They play 4-3-3. So the decision was either you play in centre midfield or you play out wide, and he was forced out wide, and you saw he didn't perform out wide. And I feel if Bayern Munich are playing a 4-3-3 and he gets forced out wide, it could be a flop signing. It could be a flop for him, and it could be like the Hammer situation where the manager doesn't know how to fit him into the team, and you've got a good quality player there, but you just can't fit him into the team, because nowadays the big teams, they're not really playing 4-2-3-1, so it's harder for players like James, Coutinho, even like over to try and fit into the team. So
Okay.
yeah, man.
That's another
Right,
excuse to
depends.
play
Right, Jujuman.
4-3-3 at Liverpool.
Oh yeah, with Bayern Munich, the main problem, apart from the some of the players they have is Kovac. Kovac, I don't think he's a good manager. I mean, he's no right for
Oh yeah, that
Bayern
as well.
Munich.
I agree, man.
He. I saw that game against Dortmund, and he's so limited.
Yeah.
He's a limited coach, and I don't think Kovac is good enough. And what's he called? Thank goodness Uli Honest is leaving because he's the one that was backing Kovac.
Wait, isn't he a convict?
Yeah, for the tax evasion.
Okay.
No, he's free now.
Okay.
Time. He's wealthy, so he doesn't have to. He paid his way out. He has good
Jujuman,
lawyers.
relax,
That's
chill.
it.
Just relax.
So yeah, thank goodness he's leaving because Kovac is the problem, and some of these players. I mean, Coman has been through 3 clubs. I mean, he's black, so I'm not going to be harsh on him. I mean, harsh, but
Man.
but he's not good enough. He's not good enough. He's injury prone.
Nah.
He's a skillful player, but it doesn't go anywhere. So
Exactly, dude.
they should offload him, and Gnabry I think should be coming off the bench. I mean, he could start. He's good, but I don't know. It's just. I mean, I
What?
can't
Gnabry,
focus.
what? He's a
Oh,
star.
He's good.
okay, look,
No,
fair
no,
enough.
no,
Okay,
no.
look,
Yeah,
I like
we have
that.
to move on. Chill. We have to move on.
Go.
Chill.
That's
We have
my
to move
Newcastle.
on. We have to move on. All right. I want to now talk about the Dortmund boys. Now,
Dortmund boys.
how Dortmund flopped last season, I have no flipping idea.
Dortmund.
How they flopped last season, I have no idea. But they started it with a bang, and they've struck first blood. They have the 3 points. Bayern have 1 point. Now, in your honest opinion and your view, Torgan Hazard in, Julian Brandt in, Hummels in, is this Dortmund's year for the Bundesliga? And could they be the surprise team that goes all the way in the Champions League? And before we do this, Mane, you have a very nice message I want to send to you. So, Mane, this is from Ogopa, $2 US dollars. He says, okay, class, what is 2 plus 2? Do you know, Mane? Mane, what is 2 plus 2?
You wasted $2. Whoever. You wasted
No, wait, Mane, he just asked you a question. What is 2 plus 2?
Nah. Move on. What were you talking about?
Move on.
Man, answer the
Move
question,
on.
man.
Look, Mane, I wasn't very good at math. If you're not good at math, it's fine. I mean, we are all a family here, so it's all cool, man. It's all cool.
No, he knows the answer.
We don't judge. We don't judge. All right. So Dortmund. So guys, I'm going to put this to you right now. How well can this Dortmund side do in the Champions League with their new recruits? And is this their year to win the Bundesliga? Yes or no?
For me.
Okay. I'm going to go to Red and then hardcore. Red, hardcore, then Axel. Red.
Look, with all due respect, like this is a point. The past 2 topics are pointless. Like we all know, Bayern are going to sweep the domestic competitions. It's not. It's a foregone conclusion. Like even with as horrible as
Bro, Red.
the
No,
squad
bro,
gets-
Red. If so, you're saying that they're going to do it again, even with these new recruits. Dortmund are going to flop again.
100%.
Wow.
Bayern have like sneakily they've done some great business in Europe. One, they brought in Theo Hernandez, which is in my opinion the best defensive
Lucas.
Lucas Hernandez, sorry, thank you. Lucas Hernandez, which is by far the best center back on the market that was available. Like just purely by his World Cup performance. Incredible. No, what? What are you comparing the link to Lucas Hernandez?
Don't trigger Red.
You know how quick Lucas Hernandez is, just from a physical point of view. Like for France, he was their best. He was by far their best defender in that back 4. He's better than Varane, better than Mtiti, better than Pavard.
Okay. So how well do you think Dortmund can do in the CL?
Look, they're gonna as soon as they get up against a good team, they're gonna get knocked out. Like we saw with Spurs last year. Once they went up against a solid team that's well coached, that's very pragmatic, they can't.
But what about the introduction of Hazard and Brandt? So you don't think that will make it much of a difference?
Like they're just replacing players that they had there before. Like the thing is, they sell their players. Like as soon as these players aren't gonna even stay long enough to mesh well. The only player that they have they've been able to hold their hands like to hold on to is Jadon Sancho and Marco Reus. Aside from that, all their players leave.
And Sancho was
Can I
bleeding it
add? Can I
inevitably,
add?
dude.
Wait, no, wait. I think I rate highly. I consider them more of a favorites than Juventus, which shouldn't be appear shocking.
Juju
No,
man,
no, no,
Juju
no,
man,
no, no. Look,
Juju man,
can I explain?
This is
Can I
this
explain?
is shocking
Juju
now.
man,
This
please
is
don't do
Can I
this again.
explain?
Juju man, I am begging you, please
Yeah.
think about what you're about to
No,
say. I'm
yeah,
begging you.
I know the hate.
I
I know
hate
the hate is
Juventus. I
coming.
wouldn't even
No,
say
I know
that.
the hate is coming,
I actually
but
agree
what's
with
it
you.
called?
Wait, what do you mean
But
the hate? No, the hate is already here. It's not coming. The hate is here. It's already arrived.
Yeah. But what's it called? This team, this Dortmund team is so good. I don't have to talk about Guerrero. I think Guerrero is top 3 left backs in the world. I don't care what anyone tells me,
He doesn't
but I
start
think
though. He's not
an
gonna start. He's
no,
not
no, no,
starting.
no, no. Yeah, but he doesn't start. He plays like 3
No,
positions. He starts.
no.
What are you
But he
talking
won't.
about?
He's not gonna be
He's
playing.
good at he's good
Yeah,
going
Okay,
forward,
Juju
but
man,
he's not
Juju
as
man,
good
explain.
defensively.
Okay,
yeah,
Juju man,
but-
two things.
They're
How
gonna be left
far
back who
will
starts.
Dortmund get in the CL, and why do you think that they will do so well in the CL specifically, as opposed to how they got slapped by Tottenham last season?
But first of all, I think they've made an improvement, and I mean it's obvious we see the improvement. Their coach is underrated, and other thing with this team, you were right, Double H. I'll give you credit, Jadon Sancho, because I see Christian Pulisic doing well. I mean, he's doing decent in the EPL, and he couldn't start ahead of Jadon Sancho. I mean, I think you're right about Jadon Sancho. I think he's a good player, and he's going to be a top player. He's going to the top. So with Jadon Sancho, Paco Alcacer look like he's going to continue scoring this season. Royce is good, and they have Brandt. Brandt, I mean, he's good. He's good, but they have Togen Hazard. I mean, there's more squad depth. Like the other time when Royce went down, it was all bad. And Matt Hummels adds another, and Weigl hopefully stays fit. This team is good. Plus, you have Guerrero, who's versatile. He can play at least 3 positions. 3 positions. I don't want anyone to tell me he's not good. Like this guy is so good. He's underrated. He's unbelievable. So I give him at least quarter. There'll be I'm guaranteed quarters max. I mean quarters minimum. Quarters minimum. Quarters minimum.
Quarters minimum.
Yes, this team is good. I don't see how. I don't see how they
Honestly, Juju, honestly, I
this
really
team is
think that
good.
if Dortmund went up against Chelsea, Chelsea would beat Dortmund.
Can I
how?
pose a
Like,
They
they
have
just
a better
look
player.
good.
Bro,
They always,
red,
Dortmund always do this.
red. You know,
Dortmund
in red,
always-
Can I
red.
pose
I
a
am still
question to
a
the
complicated Chelsea fan, but from what I've seen of the rookies so far, in my view, and I'm looking at and red, you're a very tactical mind. I don't want a fully fit Dortmund side against the rookie. We're looking at a reincarnation, bro. So thank you. So please, red. I mean, I don't want that.
If Chelsea are gonna
So I'm gonna go to hardcore, then Axel. Hardcore.
Okay, so all I'm gonna say is I really do, and guys, please note this: Sunday, August 18th, I am putting on paper Dortmund will win the Champions League.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
I'm out.
They're not winning it then.
See you later, guys.
On August 18th, Sunday, Dortmund is gonna win the Champions League.
Okay. So
this season.
hardcore. Explain why. What on earth made you think that Dortmund
Take a
will win the
pen.
Champions League?
Write it down.
Because the thing here is, who thought Spurs, who spend no kobo on any type of world class player
Did
last
they win the
season?
CL?
Well,
Did they win the
no,
CL?
no, no. But the thing here is there's a difference between Spurs and Dortmund. Dortmund has history. Dortmund knows what it takes to win the CL, and they've done it before. So
Dortmund have
I think
boys.
if
And nobody in
no-
that team has won a
this
CL.
is
I don't know what you're talking about. They
this
won
is the
1997. Sancho wasn't even born.
Achraf Hakimi
I,
is a 2-time Champions League winner.
I know,
He's the
I know, but what I'm saying is Dortmund can act like a Liverpool, like last season. How Liverpool played, what's it called, Barcelona in the semis. Nobody thought Liverpool would win the Champions League last season, and what did they do? They went to go win it. You know, this is the thing here is the Champions League nowadays. It's no more about star-studded players buying players for 180 million, 130, 90 million, all this. It's not about that anymore. It's about these squads who are so underrated, people don't really know about, and they just turn up from nowhere. And that's what I believe about the Champions League for a long, long time. So I see Dortmund. I see Dortmund actually winning this CL. I think they're the most prominent team. Their chemistry gels. They play like a team. They play more like a team. Just like Liverpool, and that is what you need to win the
Okay,
CL.
all right, okay. Axel.
I feel that Dortmund are. I think they should definitely be the favorites to win the Bundesliga. I think like it's not a question. It's not that they can win it. It's they have to win it. They must win it because last season there was no excuse. They were 9 points ahead. Everything seemed good, and then they bottled it. And then in the end, Bayern Munich caught up and won. And then also now that Bayern 0 in the their classic era. So have to really step up, and like I think they made the signings to improve. They improved the defense. They brought signings that will help complement Reus, and if Reus gets injured, they would still have Thorgan Hazard, Jaden Sancho, and a lot of and more players to complement the squad. So I think they're favorite, and I think they can, but it just depends. I think we'll have to see how it goes this season, but I have them as favorites to win it.
Okay, and how well can they do in the CL?
CL, they're not winning it. That's for that's for sure. But they can like as an optimist, I could say quarterfinals. They can reach quarterfinals.
Okay, cool. All right.
Can I post a quick question in the chat?
Wait. Let me just because this is a topic I definitely wanted to bring in because we want to take some comments from the chat group. But okay, did anybody want to have any final things to say on that topic?
Yeah, dude, I actually do.
So I'm gonna go Vas, Red, then Juju. Vas.
So, like, let me pose this question, okay? Lucho Enrique's 2017 Barca team, Guardiola's Man City,
15,
and the Dortmund team of the last couple of years. What do they all have in common?
They win the
Okay,
Champions League.
they're all attack-heavy teams who have a weak defense. Let me read out to you the back line of this Dortmund team today. Okay, Peace check right back, center back Hummels, other center back Akanji, goalkeeper some dude I don't even know, left back Schultz, dude. Dude, the reason Liverpool won the CL and the reason that Klopp finally got his hands on a CL is because the man finally understood that you need a very balanced team to win the CL. Your attack needs to be good and your defense needs to be amazingly solid. Dude, this
your refs
Dortmund
need to be
defense,
good.
dude,
Man, shut the hell up.
Dude, this Dortmund defense, okay, is anything but watertight, dude. Anything but watertight. And I bet if they meet Spurs again, dude. See Spurs, their backline is like Alderweireld or Tongan. Like very, very. It's a good center back partnership. And Lloris, of course, he's World Cup experience. It's way better than this Dortmund backline, which is why they went so far. If they meet Spurs again, it's another 3-0. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth.
Okay, all right. Red.
I pretty much agree with everything he said, with everything Anish said. It just doesn't make any sense, like how they could be anywhere near the favorites when their backline it's always been the Dortmund attacking going forward have always been good. They always recently attacked out. They've just been horrible at the back, and in their success years, it's because they had good defense. If you look back in 2011 and 12. It was their defense that was really known. Like that was prime Matt Hummels when he was. That's what got him to move to Bayern. So overall, they're not going anywhere with that because I even saw like some of their like Ashraf Hakimi when he played at Madrid in 17-18, and when he went up against Tottenham, they bullied him. He's not like he's great going forward, very quick, very pacey. He's a great. Like that's why he got a lot of assists last year in the Bundesliga. But when you look at it from a defensive point of view, he could easily be overrun. He's not a elite defensive fullback. So
Red, where do you consider Bayern then?
Bayern are much better though. Bayern a balanced squad. Bayern have they have Kimmich at right back, which is a very solid player. Alaba at left back. They have Sule, Boateng, Lucas Hernandez. They brought in Havard. That's a very good backline. Neuer and Alreich as goalkeepers. Their midfield is very. They have a very deep midfield. Not only they also signed Perisic, Coutinho, which on their own they're not like phenomenal A-star signings, but they could do a job. They could do a job like with they have they have a lot of players. They have
Okay,
a huge
okay,
amount of
okay.
players,
So,
and they have
let me just hit to Jidman because we just have a final
Yep.
topic to round it through. So Jidman, just
Yep.
round us off briefly.
Yeah, but I'll add this with Dortmund. Like I know, Ray, you say that. I don't think I disagree a bit. I don't think Dortmund. Their defense. They had Subotic and the other goalkeeper that was trash too. Like they've never had a
trash.
Weidenfeller. Yeah, it was trash. And
goalkeeper. No, Subasic is phenomenal to this day.
No, Subotic. I mean the
no,
the
Subotic was a guy from the road.
Yeah, but
I mean decent, but he was from the road.
Yeah, and I think with is more about the system. Like you mentioned the like who's the other guy? They had the other guy from Poland who played their right back too. I think this is Pischer. Yeah, I think this is like close to the Dortmund club had. Like this is the closest they've gotten since they won this Bundesliga. Because what you missed to mention, Vas, is what's his name? Guerrero is actually the starting left back, but he's too good to be a left back that they move him forward. But and what's he called? In this team, there's so much attacking option. I'm looking at their last 5 games. They're scoring a lot of games. They're scoring a lot of goals. And it's true. But you say that. But how many goals did Bayern score against this team? It's more of a system because they defend more of a team because if wait. No. But if their defense is so bad, why are Bayern struggling to score? Why do they struggle to score if this defense is so bad?
It's just one game, bro. It's just one game, bro. Because again,
we'll see.
What's gonna happen when they now play in the league where it really matters, and they play that highland and Bayern figure out how to get? Because remember, Bayern created chances. They created chances in that game, but they were unable to put them away.
Bayern starts slow every year. Bayern usually peak around October, but they always start slow.
I'm not sold on Dortmund. I'm sorry, I'm not sold on Dortmund.
And what's it called? And last year, because people like to use the Tottenham example, but a lot of players were injured. I think Marco Reus was injured. I think did Sancho play all the 2 games? No. Sancho was injured too. A lot of players were injured in that game.
Yeah.
Okay. Were injured. Majority of players.
Wait. I wanna bring in this new topic now, man. I wanna bring in this new topic now because this is something that has been talked about, chatted about, and I think that we need to talk about this. So this is about De Bruyne and Pogba.
There we go.
Come out and said that I respect De Bruyne. He's a quality player. And we may have to have a discussion as to where he ranks amongst the best passers in the world. Why didn't... And don't answer immediately. Just chill. Everyone in live chat, just chill. Why didn't De Bruyne help City win that game against Tottenham when it was 1-1? If you're good... Can I?
What did you want him to do?
Can I finish?
He just told you what he wanted to do.
If he's so great, rise up as an individual. Forget passing. Drive forward the ball and put the ball inside the top corner because your team needs you. Stop passing or waiting for the ball. Get the ball, drive forward with the ball, put the ball in the flipping net if you're that good.
Boom.
Because I respect De Bruyne. His consistency is amazing. His passing is amazing. He's a manager's dream. If I'm in a tightly placed game, and I'm looking for an individual to do something clutch, I'm looking at Pogba. I'm not looking at De Bruyne. De Bruyne is more consistent. De Bruyne is the teacher's pet. Pogba is that dude that will not listen to the teacher, will disrespect the teacher, will fail on his homework, but come the clutch moment, he will do something magical. He will do something magical. So my thing is this: during a league campaign, I'm taking De Bruyne over Pogba all day, every day. In a final, a huge game, a massive game where I need someone to rise, I'm looking at Bale. Apart from that goal against Brazil, what did De Bruyne do in the World Cup?
He had the best assist in the
tournament. Eden Hazard carried that dude for about 5-6 games. Hazard carried De Bruyne through that whole thing. De Bruyne is a system merchant. He relies on the system. He relied on the Wolfsburg system, relied on the City system. He cannot think outside of the system. He can't think outside of the box. He doesn't have the imagination to think outside of the box. Pogba has the swag, the imagination, and the creativity to think outside of the box. Hence why De Bruyne would do nothing with those garbage brains of United. But Pogba, with those useless people, can still rise and do something amazing. So I'm going to give it to the panel. And people in the live chat, I will be looking at the live chat for what you guys are saying, and I will be reacting to it as well. If there's an interesting comment, I will read it. If you desperately want your comment to be read, use the super chat. The super chats will, of course, always be read, and that is how you support your boy. But I will be looking at the live chats for any interesting comments. So let me.
Can I go first?
All right, okay then. Go first then. Red, hit it.
Be entertained. Pogba is way better than De Bruyne and much more.
Thank you.
Much more.
Godly help me. Red, easy guys. Let Red land. Red land. Let's Red land. Let him land. Red land that flipping plane. I beg you. Red land. Land the helicopter.
You guys can give your opinions after. I'm going to speak my facts, and then you guys can go on. In 52 appearances, Pogba scored 17 goals and assisted 19. In 50 appearances, this is over the past 2 seasons.
Wait, why are you going
Wait, no, man, no. I'm going to start muting guys. Red, finish, or I'm going to go mute guys. Red, finish your points.
HH said in the league he would take De Bruyne. I disagree. I'd take Pogba in any situation because in the league Pogba scored more and assisted more than De Bruyne. Okay, Pogba's defensive numbers aren't even close, and the fact that Pogba gets those numbers with the team that he plays with is unreal.
Preach.
On which metric are you going to say? If you want to talk about flair, Pogba has much better flair. Vision. Pogba's assist in the World Cup for Mbappe's goal in that final is better than anything De Bruyne has ever done. Anything. Anything. You want league titles? You want league titles? Pogba was a part of the first class of Juve that was very successful. Pogba was the reason why Juve were so lethal, and he led his team to a champion. And he led Juve to a Champions League final. Which
Red. Quick question. Does De Bruyne know what a Champions League final looks like?
Oh my goodness!
Okay, guys, in the live chat, just please tell me, has De Bruyne ever sniffed a Champions League final? Has De Bruyne ever sniffed a World Cup final?
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. Chill. No. Mane, if you speak again, Mane, if you. You know what? I'm going to mute me. Wait. Chill. Red, speak. Mane, I will unmute you when it's your time to talk. Red, please speak. Go for it.
Titles with Juve. Went to United, brought them back to the Champions League in 2 seasons, and won the Europa League with them. No, he wasn't playing for most of that season. He was benched because of the disputes with Mourinho. He didn't play last season for the losing stint. He wasn't. And when he came back with Solskjaer, they went back to winning. They went on a winning run when he started playing Pogba. So let's stop this narrative. Even in this game,
Red, you forgot.
No. Let's land. Let him land this. Please, land.
You forgot, Red. You
He can't help himself.
No, Judgment, no. Red, let's land. Let him land. I'm giving back to Red. Please land this thing. I beg you, please.
Pogba has played with. I'm gonna end it with this. Pogba has played with 3 teams: France, United, and Juventus. And with all 3 of them, he has won stuff. He's won league titles. He's won European trophies, and he's won the biggest of them all, the World Cup, which he was the leader in that France team. We can talk about Griezmann, Mbappe. Pogba was the glue. If you watch the documentary for France, them winning it, the leader in that team was Pogba in the dressing room. He was the one leading the chants, the singing. He was the personality. So it's not
okay. Red. Let me go to Judgment, but before I go to Judgment, Homeboy in the live chat says, has De Bruyne ever been in a FIFA 11?
No, I was about to say that.
Oh my god! Oh god! No, guys, no. Chill, Judgment, please, I'm begging. I'll give you the mic. I beg you, trust me. This is why I love the Hangout. Do you know what I thought? I thought that, you know what, there's going to be a debate. Red, man, guys, moving forth. Red is going to be rolling Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm getting Red because when Red hits, because Red almost got me out of there without Neymar Ronaldinho thing. I was close, but I had a few jokers in my pocket. When Red goes on his facts roll, bro, It's one of the
My
craziest things I've ever
goodness.
seen in my life. Okay, Jujuman, before I get to you, let me just read out this super chat. So,
Thank you.
your boy Young One says, "This is why I support bro. Hilarious hangout debates." I know it's brother basic. Jujuman, preach, talk.
Yeah, I was about to add with Red the FIFA and Pogba won the young player of the tournament the 2014 one. I don't think.
20, yeah.
Yeah, I know the 2014. I don't think De Bruyne has that. And with this United team, with the Pogba rumors, I knew United weren't going to sell Pogba because anyone that knows football know Pogba is critical for that United team. If he's not there, I mean, it's like it's
They have no team, bro. They have
yeah,
no
there's
team.
no team.
Number one in
Dude,
all their
I'm
metrics.
going next.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going next.
Yeah, and yeah, but with Pogba is with Pogba though.
Bro, Jujuman, what would De Bruyne do without United team? Answer me that.
Yeah.
What would De Bruyne do
Yeah,
without
but-
United team? Please answer me that, please.
Yeah, and what's it called? And look, the one Double H, you're right on the big moments. Like I think I see this 2 seasons ago. Like De Bruyne went cold against Liverpool at
Thank you.
Anfield.
Thank
one
you.
said
Preach.
anything.
Preach.
No one said anything. And against Spurs, supposedly the best midfielder in the world. Did he have any impact last season in the Champions League?
Oh my
Oh, God.
Did he have any?
Oh
Did he have any? No.
Jujuman, has he sniffed a CL final? Jujuman, no, easy, Jujuman. Some question.
Okay,
Has he
well,
sniffed a CL final? Jujuman, has he sniffed a CL final?
No, he hasn't.
Okay, Vas, you said I want to go to you. I'm going to hardcore. You're coming out of okay, Vas, I'll give you the floor. Hit it.
Okay, dude, you want to talk about CL finals? How many CL finals has that fat Burger King from Brazil gotten to? You answer me that. If you think, okay, if you want to talk about FIFA 11s and Ballon d'Or, Cristiano has 5. How many does that fat Burger King from Brazil have? Okay, you want to talk about getting carried in the World Cup? Best assist in the World Cup. He's the only reason that Belgium beat Japan within 90 minutes. Coming clutch. You want to talk about clutch?
Who did they
scored the
lose to
winner
though?
against
Who did they?
Brazil?
Honest, who did they
Who
lose
No,
scored
no.
the
to?
winner against
Who did
Brazil?
First
they
of
lose
all,
to?
no. Vas, I can easily answer these questions. I can easily answer these questions because,
Hazard,
all right,
Hazard,
no, Vas, if you want to go there, we can go there. But Vas, I'm gonna respond really, but let's just stick to the points because what does that have to do with De Bruyne and Pogba? Because I'll respond to your points, but what is your points between De Bruyne and Pogba? Then I'll respond to your points.
My
Speak.
point about De Bruyne and Pogba is that De Bruyne got most assists in Europe, not just Bundesliga, Europe, all continents.
Assist? What?
He
Vas, has he ever sniffed a CL final? Simple question. Vas, has he ever sniffed a CL final? Tell me.
Nowadays,
No.
like,
Vas,
like
easy
viruses.
Vas, simple question. Vas,
I'll put it this
has
way,
he ever sniffed a CL final or a World Cup final? Tell me.
They love statistics to life.
I'll answer him. You know what? He's not sniffed those, but you know what else he hasn't sniffed? Europa League twice. Okay, dude, this virus. Who? Let me.
What? Okay. What major final has De Bruyne? No. De Bruyne is touted as this great super player, amazing player. What major final has this dude played in? Don't give me an FA Cup final. What major final? If he's so great, what major final has he shown up in? Please tell me.
Can I answer your question?
Sure.
With a question?
Please answer.
I'll answer it with a question. How come Juventus in 2016 got stronger after they sold Pogba and they reached another final without Pogba?
They didn't though.
Even stronger.
They didn't.
They're
Vas.
stronger
What was the score in the 2017 final?
Dude, okay, in that.
Oh, okay. You won't
okay,
answer me.
look,
Oh,
they
cool.
also lost
Okay, you don't answer me.
3-1
Okay, carry on.
against
Okay.
Barca.
I
No,
can.
I'll answer.
Didn't
They lost
Pogba make a
4-1,
CL final and De Bruyne didn't make a CL final?
Dude, okay,
Pogba
but like,
made a CL final.
No. And also, wait, Vas. Vas, chill. I'm not letting you get away with that whole Ronaldo thing because that came out of nowhere. At the end of the day, whether you like it or not, the World Cup is the biggest trophy. Ronaldo scored the winning goal in the World Cup semi. Ronaldo scored the 2 key goals in the final. Case closed. Points.
Exactly.
Blank. See you next week. Hardcore.
All right.
Show me a
All right,
CL.
can I say something, please? Can I please say something?
Go. Hardcore. Talk.
So this all I'm gonna say. Okay, I think nowadays statistics means nothing. Like it's so the statistic merchants are spreading like virus. It's so amazing. Like with this De Bruyne thing about he had the most assists in Europe. It's ridiculous. Stop being statistic merchants. Stop. No, it is. Achievements is what tells us who's the best player. If you won the World Cup, listen, the two main trophies, if you won the World Cup and the Champions League, that makes you one of the best midfielders in the world. And literally, and no, but Pogba has been to a CL final. Can De Bruyne sniff
Yeah, he
Yeah, he got
lost.
destroyed
did De
by
Bruyne
Iniesta
even
in that
sniff a
CL
CL
final.
final? Did De Bruyne even sniff a CL final? Can you tell me that? No, he didn't sniff a CL final. Exactly. All I'm saying is De Bruyne has 0 CLs, and the thing is Pogba has 1 World Cup. So the thing is Pogba is bigger than him because he's won the best competition in the world. Right now, the World Cup is the best competition.
So
So
Giroud is on par. So
it
Giroud is on
works. That's
par
how
with
it works.
R9.
That's
No,
what
no, no, no.
tells you.
Don't. It's about your impact. It's about your impact. Okay. Look, let me bring in some other guys in here. So the debate is De Bruyne and Pogba. Who is the better player, De Bruyne or Pogba? Let me go with Abdullahi. De Bruyne or Pogba? Who's the better player? Okay, Abdullahi's mic ain't working. Ahmed, who's the better player, De Bruyne or Pogba?
Okay, well, before I begin, I'd like to preface this with saying they're both amazing players at what they do.
Don't be diplomatic.
See, no, normally I'm not diplomatic. I call Lampard a PE teacher, but what I'm saying right now is that
Ooh.
they're actually both great players, and I would have to say that as a player, Pogba is better because of what he can do with United. The reason De Bruyne usually puts out better performances, in my opinion, is because of the squad around him.
Thank
That's
you.
why week in, week out in the Premier League, it appears that he puts out the better performances in Pogba. But Pogba in the French side is actually a stronger side in the World Cup. Put in performances. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me land. Let me land, Mr. Christ. All right. See, in France, a much stronger side than Manchester United. He performed. He did amazing at the World Cup. I watched France at the World Cup. He did as much as I didn't want France to win. He did well at the World Cup. He did well, and I can't think of a game where he didn't do well. For United, he puts up performances with a rather not so strong side. De Bruyne with Manchester City, he's surrounded by a much better side, and I think that's why he utilizes it to his advantage.
Ahmed, sorry, I just want to add, and with that stronger side, he still scores more, and Pogba still scores more and assists more.
Because
Exactly.
De Bruyne
See?
is injured. That's why.
No, in the same
Well,
amount of appearances, in the
same
same
amount of
amount of
games, actually.
appearances, in the same amount of appearances.
Yeah.
In
See,
50
when
or
Red says
52
something, it's right. All right, like calm down.
Ooh. Let me just
Bro,
hit
I'm
some of
done
the things.
arguing with
Wait.
plastic
Let me just
fans
wait.
and
Chill.
UCL account merchants.
In the live chat, so people are saying that Mustafi has won a World Cup, so has Tova. It's not just about winning the trophy. That's one thing. It's what was your impact and how did you contribute to winning that trophy. So it is your contribution. Pogba was a major contributing factor of winning the World Cup and he scored in the World Cup final. Kevin De Bruyne only knows of the Champions League final and World Cup final via FIFA, a video game. He doesn't know what it looks like in reality. He knows what it looks like in the Matrix, not in the real world. That's just a fact. So if De Bruyne wants to know what a World Cup final feels like, a Champions League final feels like, he should text Pogba or go and meet him. That's how he'll experience it. Ahmed, carry on.
Well, I would like to say that De Bruyne people are discrediting him too much, and Red said was right because I'm looking at the stats. It was the one that I'm looking at over the last 2 seasons is 52 matches for Pogba, 17 goals, 19 assists. 50 matches for De Bruyne, 9 goals and 16 assists. Now, I'm not all about stats, but watching the players themselves and the impact they have on their teams, I feel that for Pogba, the impact he had in the Europa League winning season and the World Cup winning for France and he did decent in the Euros 2016, although they lost the final, is more than what what De Bruyne could do for Belgium, and I think that other people could fill in that same role for City.
Okay.
They did last season. They missed him for most of the season, and they still got 98 points.
All right. So
Red says
Axel.
something, he's
Okay,
usually
wait.
right.
Let's move on. Okay, Axel, thoughts on this? Pogba and De Bruyne.
Well, De Bruyne. Well, I like both players a lot, but like if I had to choose, if I have a manager, if I had to choose one, I'd pick Pogba just because of his just because of his overall personality, because like for me, like what I see in Pogba, he's a leader. He's someone that takes the ball forward. He's someone that like he has a big ego. He also performs well for the team. And also I don't think he gets injured a lot as well.
Okay.
Pogba is very reliable, yeah. So for
All right.
Pogba.
Christ.
Okay. The ball, over Pogba. First of all, you guys talk about big games. Well, big game against PSG in the first leg. Like, what did Pogba exactly? Like, what did he do in that game? The second leg without him back. So how is his impact so great? If he's that great back with, and the second thing is, De Bruyne did this year, Double H. He got 3 second leg against Tottenham. The reason Man City got not the defense. They conceded 3 goals, bro. They scored 4 goals. So the defense was the reason
But
why
he
they
got
got
bounced
knocked out.
out of the competition.
That's
He
why
got bounced out
Pogba
of the
has better
competition.
defensive numbers.
He
Pogba
got
has way
bounced out
better
of the
Let me say
defensive
something
numbers,
else.
way
Let me
better
say
aerially,
something.
way
Got
better
bounced.
Okay,
interceptions.
let me say something
Hey,
else. Okay, about Juve thing. About the Pogba at Juve thing. Let me do the talking because I'm the Juve fan here. Okay? So, Pact was great. He wasn't the main reason to the final. We had Pirlo and Vidal next to him, and we had Tevez up front, and Barzagli and Bonucci with Buffon in the net. So we had a great team. It's not like Pogba by himself helped us reach the final. Not
But he
clutch
sniffed the
He only
scene
became an
again.
international icon.
Let Christ land. Let's Christ land. Let's wait, judgment chill. Let's Christ land. Christ land.
And also a player who's more consistent, okay? And more consistent than Paul Pogba is. Okay, I'll give you this. Pogba is the more talented player, like stronger defensively, like you said, Red. But if somebody, I'm taking the more consistent, and he gives me more. His crossing is better. And just overall.
I think it depends on
Wait,
the
wait,
squad that you have.
No, it's fine.
Question for Christ. Question for Christ.
That's fine.
Wait, question for Christ.
Wait. Let me bring in. Wait, Hazem. Is the mic working? Hazem. All right, his mic isn't working. Okay. Okay,
I have a question for Christ. Yeah, with Christ, I just want to see how biased Christ is. Christ, I want with Arturo Vidal, Pogba, and Andrea Pirlo, who was the worst midfielder in that 2015 final? Who was the worst midfielder in that 2015 final? I just want to see how biased you are.
It was honestly.
No, I just.
It was Vidal or Pirlo.
No, it was Andrea Pirlo. It's Andrea Pirlo. Don't be. Yeah, it was Andrea Pirlo, and no one said anything. Some fans trying to blame Pogba. So I just you pass. I just because sometimes there's biases against Pogba. People hate too much on Pogba.
Christ. I find it unfortunate. Wait, chill. I find it unfortunate how, as a Juve fan, you are trying to demean Pogba's impact on that Juve team. Because as good as they were in 2017, they got chill. Let me land. As good as Juve were in 2017, they got touched by Real Madrid in that final. Now, I don't know what happened in that halftime. Second half, it was a watershed moment in that second half. That Barca team they faced, chill. Let me land. That Barca team is the greatest front three in club football history. That's just known. So to lose 3-1 to the greatest front three who decimated every team in their path, I think that is a much more respectable result than what happened against Real Madrid. So when Pogba left, in my opinion, I think Juve were weakened. And I kept on preaching that Pogba at Juventus was a very bad boy. That guy was a super dangerous boy. So,
and the other thing is, Double H, just on your wait. And the other thing is, wait.
Chill. Okay. I'm gonna go to Jujiman then Vas. Jujiman.
Yeah, but just to add, I think people are making mistake because they know De Bruyne is playing with this City team is so stacked, and Pogba chose. No, he didn't choose. But what's it called? But we can't rate because of we can't rate because of no. Pogba is playing with this team is not even top 6. The others are busy beating records, and you're saying and you're saying no. The point is, if Pogba went to a better team, He we would
But he
see his
did.
best. So you can't just judge.
No.
We cannot judge
I've
based
got to
on
wait.
his.
I've got to
he didn't.
respond to this
But he
guy
didn't.
in the chat box here who said
Alright.
that KDB better than Pogba all day, every day. Pogba wasn't the reason France won the World Cup. Kante was France's best player.
Facts.
And for Juve in 2015, Pogba was carried by Vidal and Pirlo. Okay. So
Are you kidding
no. Chill. No. Let me handle this guy. Chill. Let me handle him. I've got him. I've got him. I've got this dude.
Let me say something.
I am a
Alright,
huge Kante fan, a massive N'Golo Kante fan, and Kante was huge. What happened in the final? Who was subbed off in the final because he didn't have his best game? I believe it was N'Golo Kante. He got subbed off in that final. But Pogba remained in the final, and it was Pogba's amazing ball to Mbappe, and Pogba also scored in that final when Kante was on the bench. So Pogba was critical in the most critical game. Thank you. Case closed.
Hey,
Moving on.
Jim,
Okay. Wait. Let me say
Pogba
something
made
to
the
Milkor.
Euro
HH. Let me
finals.
say
You
something.
forgot. You
HH.
forgot that Pogba made the Euro finals
Oh my
against
God.
Portugal
Okay.
and they lost.
HH.
Oh,
Let me
okay,
say
Christ,
something to Milkor.
Christ, talk.
Thing like, Pogba's a great player, but the way you guys are acting is that he told him to go to United, and we were obviously we've been competing for the last 4. We've gone weaker. Like, I'm not gonna lie, our midfield is crap, which is why we signed Ramsey and Rabiot. But my point, you go to United, so you can't. Nobody told him to go to United. He could have stayed at Juve or went to a
Seriously,
better
take De Bruyne over Pogba right now.
Yes.
Okay, wait.
You would take
Okay.
a 29, 30-year-old
No,
De Bruyne.
see, guys, you have to see. This is the point I was trying to make. Wait, chill. See, this is the point I was trying to make here. Nobody is insulting De Bruyne. De Bruyne has some of the best passing in the world. His passing IQ is superb. All I'm saying is that he's a system merchant. He can't think outside of the system. He's reliant on the system. If I'm in a final and it's in a tight game, De Bruyne isn't going to do something individually to try and help me turn the game in my favor. In that difficult game, World Cup semi, Eden Hazard single-handedly was trying to guide Belgium through. De Bruyne was nowhere to be seen. De Bruyne was like, oh my gosh, what are the tactics? What's the system? Oh, I don't know what the system is. Oh, okay, I'm going to hide now. He hides if the system isn't working. He hides. Pogba, because of his individuality and his swagger, same thing with a Zad, same thing with a Cristiano, same thing with a Neymar. These are the guys who have the personality to rise through and make something happen. And there's nothing wrong with being a system merchant. There's nothing wrong with being a system merchant. There's nothing wrong with it, but just that Pogba offers more than a De Bruyne in those critical games. Yeah.
Let me say something to Milkor.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. Milkor.
Vast talk.
Mr. Milkor.
Okay, I'm talking. Okay, dude, I remember. See, I've been
wait. Sorry. Wait. Who wanted to talk initially? Because I couldn't see your name. Okay. Ahmed. I'm going to go to Ahmed and then Vast. Ahmed.
All right. So I need to respond to Milkor because no one responded to him calling Red and other people that mentioned the stat merchants, right? See, look, you plastic fan. We mentioned the stats to add to an argument, right? And you are a history book merchant, right? You put 2 UCLs in front of. I see your videos where you put the number of UCLs and number of UELs next to a team, bro. You're a Wikipedia merchant. So before you talk about stat merchants, address yourself and fix your Wikipedia merchandising that you do on your videos and that you do in general. I'm sick and tired of hearing how many UCL finals a team has been to. I'm sick and tired of hearing a team is better than another because of how many UCL finals they've been to.
Mister, all the information comes from
Okay, wait. Hardcore, chill. Before you answer, because Mane hasn't actually spoken in a long time. I forgot that he was actually on mute. Okay, Mane, now you can speak now. And Mane, before you speak, just answer me this. Has De Bruyne ever played a Champions League final? Has De Bruyne ever played a World Cup final? Go.
Oh my God.
All right, I don't want anybody to interrupt me. You've all had your
okay, guys, nobody interrupts Mane. Mane must speak without any interruptions. Mane, please speak.
Okay. First of all, playing in a UCL final means nothing if you lose 4-1. It's better you had stayed home.
It
You did
was
nothing.
3-1 actually.
It's being embarrassed in the final. No, he hasn't been embarrassed in the final because Kevin De Bruyne wins finals. He doesn't go there and get embarrassed 4-1, being one of the worst players in the pitch. And talking
Facts.
about statistics, what Red talking about in 52 games, he must have gone to Optastats and filtered until 51, 49, 48. Oh, it still doesn't work.
Campaigns,
47
league games,
until
consecutively.
he reached 52. It's like, oh shit, this is the only number that works for Pogba. So let's put 52. So
Wait,
in
but
52
Manny, you still
appearances,
haven't responded
Pogba
to
Chokes them in
how many
50
finals has he played though?
I'll-
Manny, how many finals
I'll-
has
I'll-
De Bruyne? How many Champions?
I'll-
How many major European finals has he played, or a World Cup final? Please tell me.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Okay,
I'll
please.
get there.
I'm waiting.
Okay, so that is a major misleading. The only season Pogba has any better statistics or anywhere close in goals, assists, chances created that compared to De Bruyne was when De Bruyne was injured for 90% of the season, and it wasn't even that big of a difference anyway. All other seasons, De Bruyne has outperformed in club and country, and throughout his career, De Bruyne has overall better performance. Even in the World Cup, which Pogba had great World Cup. He only had one goal. That's it. No assist. One goal in the World Cup
In the
against
final.
Croatia, which shouldn't even be in the final. It was a mismatch. Croatia were so
Manny,
bad they even
answer
they
the
went to
question.
penalties.
It's a very simple question. Why
They
hasn't De
went to-
Bruyne, this great midfielder, ever played in a Champions League final, a World Cup final, or a Euro
I'll
final?
get there.
Please answer me
I'll get
this.
there. I'll get there. But
Jesus.
that's the worst Croatia. They went to penalties with Russia. And talking about what is Pogba actually better at than De Bruyne? Being black, changing hairstyles,
Okay. He had to go there. He had to go
running
there.
around and being 6'4" and making Vine clips. That's the only. And Adidas commercials. That's all he's good at. Making videos with Stormzy. Other than that, when we're talking about
And
football
don't forget
ability,
dabbing. Don't forget dabbing.
and dabbing, making vines and going to Hollywood. That's all he's good at. But other than that, when we're talking about football performance on the pitch, it's not close. De Bruyne is more clutch, scoring goals against all the top 6 teams, whereas Pogba, he only had one goal against City that made them finish fifth.
Okay,
or
Manny,
whatever.
can you get to this whole final thing? I asked you this about 20 years ago. Can you get to this whole thing?
And with the final thing, what was the question going to the final?
No. Okay, the question for the final time is Manny. You say De Bruyne is so great. How come De Bruyne doesn't know what a Champions League final, a European a Euro final, or a World Cup final looks like?
Ask R9.
Listen. The only difference between Pogba and De Bruyne internationally or in those finals is that Pogba has lost more finals than De Bruyne. That's the only difference. Because Pogba, it was joyriding in the French team.
But Manny, you haven't answered my question. If De Bruyne is so let's take Pogba out of it. If De Bruyne is so great as you say he is, why have I never seen him be great in a major final?
It's because he hasn't had the chance to play in a major final. That's it.
No, Manny. No, sorry, Manny. No, Manny. Sorry, you don't get away with like that so easy. Sorry. No, Manny. No. You've talked. Sorry, you play for Man City, a team that costs about 3 billion. So you are good enough to reach a Champions League final. You play for Belgium, who have some of the most talented players in Europe. So there's ample chance to have reached a Euro final. You didn't. Wales beat you. De Bruyne was on the pitch where Wales beat him. You had chances to get to a Champions League final. You couldn't beat Tottenham. And so Manny, because if he's so great, why didn't he inspire them individually to a final?
Why can't Pogba finish in top 4? He's a Europa League player. You're talking about De Bruyne can't reach a champion. At least
Manny,
he plays
Pogba
in the Champions
scored
League.
in a World Cup final,
plays
bro.
In
He scored in a
Europa
World Cup
League,
final,
can't even
bro.
win Capital One Cup. You're talking about De Bruyne can't score in the final.
Okay. Look. Let me hit the super chat. Let me hit the super chat. Let me hit the super chat, and I'll get back to you guys. So Martin Rosario with the 199 super chat. Thank you, bro. This has to be the best Hangout episode by far. Probably is.
Thank you.
And
Rosario.
Gaming Night
Thank you
says
so much.
Kevin De Bruyne gives you 100% for 90 minutes. Pogba gives you moments, and that's fair. De Bruyne is very consistent over 90 minutes. De
Love
Bruyne for me turns into Casper the Ghost in a major game. Pogba will give me a magical moment in a major game. De Bruyne won't give me that
Which
because
major?
he's a system
Europa
dude.
games.
What?
Can I say one thing?
Okay. You're red.
Why do
Red.
people-
Okay, so especially red round us off, and then we're out. So red round us off.
I just want to finish this by saying, like, people always scapegoat Pogba for any problem. Anytime United lose, who's the player they blame? Pogba. With Man City, De Bruyne doesn't have that. De Bruyne, that doesn't happen to him. They always scapegoat like Pep Guardiola. He's the scapegoat in that club. And United, it's Pogba. That's why his failures are highlighted. Even though statistically speaking, Pogba is superior to De Bruyne in every.
No,
metric.
he isn't. I just told you right now he is. Which numbers are you looking at? I'm looking at official
Most basic
Premier League
He's won more
numbers.
trophies. I told you.
Which trophies? Which trophies are you talking about? Which trophies? Serie A?
Or
Serie A. All of them Serie A. Thank you. So it's not. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
And he didn't win the 7th, 8th. He didn't win those ones. He won the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th.
If De Bruyne counts his Belgian
Look,
trophies
guys,
playing again,
look, we're gonna be
it's
here
gonna be more
forever,
than
man.
that.
Look, let's just it's fair enough. Let's just round it off. It's been beautiful, and then we can then see what people can say in the comments below.
Should we preview United Wolves? Or no?
United, no. Actually, no. We'll probably do like a review after the game because look, man, we've been doing this for 2.5 hours, bro. So it's been key. Wait, chill. So remember, guys, in the description box below, support your boy. Think about being a Patreonage. Think about being a patronage and support your boy by being a Patreon for full-on extra content in the Patreon life, man. It is what it is. You pledge a month and you help your boy for that whole month of good old things. So look, guys, it is what it is. It is the end of what has been an epic hangout. I believe this might be probably our longest hangout that we've ever done, 2.5 hours, which is insane. But briefly speaking, Wolves Man U, what scores are you guys saying for Wolves Man U? I'm saying 2-2.
I'm saying 2-0 Wolves. Pogba own goal.
I say 2-1.
3-1 menu.
I say 2-0 United.
2-0 United. Okay. Well, I'm saying 2-2. All right, guys. Peace out. Stay true. I'm out. Peace out.